I had to let that part play because that was my favorite part. See,
I remember I gotta call up that drummer. You remind me when you played that. I gotta call that drummer up, man.
turn it up. Well, now you can hear it. Turn it up. Then.
Yes, you got to call that drummer, or if he's not available, call Myrna.
Hey,
All black.
all black everything, all black every day. Okay, which is a good thing because we talking race tonight.
Mm. All right.
So with that said, welcome, welcome, welcome to Friday, bitches. It is On the Block with Jen. I'm your favorite devil's advocate. And we're going to be introducing ourselves for a while, but one day we will stop because by then you should know who the fuck we are.
That's
Okay.
right.
But I appreciate new people. If you're here for the first time, hola mi gente. You can reach me on all social media platforms on the block with Jen across the board. On the block with Jen at Gmail for business. On the block with Jen Cash App if you want to support this show because we so damn badass. You're like, you know what? Let me throw them some chips. Okay. On the block with Jen Cash App, especially if you want to be discreet. A lot of people don't like other people seeing where their money is going. Unless you want to shoot a note to me and say, Jen, let them know I'm sponsoring the show and I'm contributing. I'll be more than happy to shout you out. Thank you for everyone that sends me cash apps when I'm not on air. It's really, really dope. And I'm doing my dishes and I'm like, oh shit, I got a cash app for the block. So we appreciate you. If not, you can do the super chat, $ bottom right of the chat. You can throw your comment in there. We'll throw it up here and dissect it. You're also welcome up here. It is Friday. We are kicking it. We're going to talk about a lot of shit, but we just kicking it. So if you want to come up, you know what I mean, in your hoodie, all right, you got to show your face, your baseball cap, whatever it is. Come on up. Let's argue. We promise we will give you the floor. We will let you have your say. And if you watch On the Block with Jen, you know that's how we do. Now, we may think you batshit crazy, but you're allowed to be batshit crazy up here with your ideas, okay? We don't mind. We still gonna look at you like you crazy, but we'll let you have your say, okay? You may think we crazy. It's all good. So
That's
with
right.
that
You
said,
might be right.
Exactly.
absolutely, absolutely.
Exactly.
So with that said, let my co-host that we New York as fuck up here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, what's going on? I was in all black all day. All right, I'm
Listen.
Lily, and I am a YB Limited. That is the letter Y, the letter B, the word limited, the way it is spelled here on the screen. And you can find me here on YouTube as well as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. But a better place to find me is on Saturday nights. Saturday is tomorrow. That's for Block Talent Battle. That is every single Saturday night here on the block with Jen at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you're new here and you don't know what Block Talent Battle is, it's cool. I'm here to explain that to you. What that is, it's a virtual talent show. This is something that's new and innovative, all right? So if you are a new talent, if you haven't even started, or if you're Taylor Swift, come on through for the $100 cash prize. Taylor, come through. We know you need it, girl. So,
Since she's hanging with Bronx girls now.
just saying, she know how to get up. She know how to get to the block. But it's $100 cash prize, and the way that you get the cash prize is through our chat, not through us. All right. Do not look for sympathy from us. We will be judging, but we will be judging fairly. Okay. But there's nothing we can do about you getting that $100. That's going to be up to you, and that's going to be up to your supporters as well as the chat. Okay, so come out every Saturday, Block Talent Battle, whether you want to watch, perform, or vote. All right.
Absolutely. And I am Heron DeMarco, your favorite tech whiz, music producer, Reform Pookie, and your toxic ex who finally got his shit together, got the bag, and sent you a postcard from Acapulco saying, "Wish you were here, no hard feelings." These days, you can catch me on IG under Dangerous DeMarco, and you can also visit me on Spotify under Heron DeMarco.
So I'm guessing you're not a reformed asshole.
No, no. We're not performing that. I'm a New Yorker.
Okay, all right,
That's
just checking, just checking.
that's
Like, don't go soft on me, girl. I'm just checking.
nah,
Mm.
nah. We're not doing that.
Can't go soft on Friday. Pause.
Ah.
Hello, my beautiful people. How are you tonight? I'm
We
talking to
got a
y'all.
lot going on.
I'm good,
Oh,
man. I'm great. Gravy.
I
I'm
love how we
alive.
all black everything
uh,
because I wasn't black today. I was beige. I was doing my little beige thing, little beige ensemble,
yeah.
and I was like, you know, it's Friday night. Gonna kick it with my folks. Let's throw the black on.
I
Okay.
think we were just
Mm-hmm.
all aligned tonight. Like
Yeah,
Right.
we were just all aligned tonight mentally.
good because we got some
Yes.
talk
It
tonight.
was
Is
a
you?
good day. Such a beautiful day.
I am here. Got my pain pills. I'm chilling.
All right.
Um,
Always a good thing.
right. So with that said, y'all just watch me past the 2 hours now. Okay.
Nah,
You
we
watch me
we we
past the
go
2 hours.
we gonna do the hard stop at the 2 hours.
Okay. Let's do the hard stop. Okay. Um. All right, guys. So today we made it. It's Motherfucking Friday. Don't forget, you guys can come up on the panel. We really do welcome you. We love the new voices we've been getting lately. Absolutely intelligent folk have been pulling up, which just shows like
Absolutely.
our diversity, our intelligence, and how we can get along even if we don't agree. I love that. Love that shit. Such enlightening, fulfilling conversations we have with people from all ages too. This is definitely not an echo chamber. We got some youngins come up here kicking some science, which I love. Gives you hope for the future, right?
Yes.
Because Lord, if we leave it to TikTok. Great segue. Speaking of TikTok, let's talk about the bullshit before we get into the nitty gritty.
It's no bullshit going on in TikTok. Stop. Line on them
Well,
good folks.
TikTok sues Montana for ban.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, TikTok. Remember, we reported what was it, a couple weeks ago that
Yeah.
Montana said fuck TikTok and they banned it across the state. And some people were cynical. They was like, well, it has the least population. It don't matter if they ban it. Well, it fucking does to TikTok. So TikTok is now suing Montana for banning them.
Wow. I wonder how that one guy in Montana is feeling about being sued.
Well, TikTok. I see their point of view. They're like, this shit sets a dangerous precedent.
Absolutely.
My motherfucker, that one guy in Montana, if he gets up and says fuck this shit, two guys in fucking who gives a shit Oklahoma is gonna get up and say some shit.
Right.
Right.
It says
And
here, before we dissect, it says here, once the law goes into effect next year, the Montana Department of Justice warns that it will be able to fine stores or even ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company, $10,000 for each violation plus $10,000 for each day that the violation continues. Meaning, if they keep letting people have access to TikTok in Montana and act like, oh, we don't know how they got it. Well, they're going to be sued 10K every day it happens. It says since last week, it is now reported that TikTok is officially suing Montana and is challenging their statewide ban. In a new lawsuit via the Chinese-owned app, they claim that the new Montana law unlawfully abridges one of the core freedoms guaranteed by the First Amendment. Lawyers for TikTok also claim that Montana's claim about the app threatening national security is not something state officials can even regulate themselves, being that foreign affairs and national security matters is an issue at the federal level, not state. So TikTok is like, you can't even run your own shit, okay? So us, you're having our little app in Montana ain't gonna change, so they're giving them the big whataboutisms that I've ever
right.
seen, right? So they're like, fuck your ban, we're suing. What do you think about this, Haran? You're in tech?
Yeah, they're making sure that the precedent isn't set it because they wouldn't talk all that gangster shit if New York said fuck you or if LA said fuck you. But
Oh,
they would have beefed up their chest and said we're TikTok. New York would have been like, oh no, we're the Empire State, motherfucker.
concrete jungles
You
where
know what I
dreams are
mean?
made.
So they're trying to get ahead of this before another state climbs on board. And next thing you know, a bigger state. The next thing you know, it's 40 states. And then the whole goddamn America is like, you know what? What use is this? But eventually, you see, TikTok, here's the thing about TikTok. Every one of these applications, people don't understand. Every one of these applications, they explode because the younger kids get into it.
Hmm.
Now, once the younger kids get older, they'll look for the next shit. and then you got a new bunch of younger kids who come in and they're looking for the new shit. They're not trying
Right.
to. They're not trying to fuck with the shit that the older generation fucked with.
That's
They're trying
very
to do their
true.
own thing. They're trying to do their own shit. So
Very true.
TikTok can talk all this wild shit, but eventually you're gonna go the way of the dodo too, man. That's how
Mm-hmm.
this shit works. Who talks about Snapchat like that? Like that? You know what I'm saying?
MySpace,
I
even
mean,
Facebook.
that's
Facebook
what
is
I'm
like for
saying.
old folks sharing
That's
Right.
pictures and dead
exactly what it
people.
is. That's exactly what it is. It's for
And complaining
memories
about
and people that are dead. When you want to find
Yes.
out someone's dead, you go to Facebook to see if anyone
Yes.
mentioned them. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Lily,
So
what say you?
they'll get theirs.
yeah, that's funny because that's why I always say when they invent stuff, they're never thinking about us. They're thinking about the kids, right?
Yeah.
And because the thing is, every 5 years, there's a new crop of people coming up. Like I always say, there's somebody turning 18 every day. There's
Mhm.
someone
Mm-hmm.
becoming a teenager every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone turning 5 every day and is looking for a new children's thing every day, right? So this is how they think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm definitely down with Haran. They all have a shelf life, right?
Mhm.
But this is interesting because I didn't know how this worked. I didn't know how it worked for like the freedom of speech, or I think that's like the freedom of speech is what they're going after. Is what
Yeah,
okay.
Kari says definitely seems like a freedom of speech issue. I don't think it's a freedom of speech issue, but I'll
Hmm.
be quiet for now.
Yeah, like that's
Because
that's
freedom
what
of
I'm
speech in
confused.
what way?
Well,
Whose
they're
speech are
silencing
they trying to suppress?
all of TikTok's users is I guess is what they're saying. But they're saying if they're going to go that route, from what I'm gathering from that article, if they're going to go that route, then they need to go the federal route. You like you stepping out of your pay grade is what they're saying. They like, bitch, Montana, you out of your pay grade,
Okay.
dude,
That's what it
sir.
kind of sounds like to me. Okay. They're like, yeah, you okay. All right. I'd like to see a bigger state do this and see what TikTok does. Is TikTok just gonna be suing state after state after state?
Nah, they don't want to like TikTok is they're not going to take on the fucking California.
Are they
Like
ready for that type of smoke?
that's what I'm saying.
Mm,
That's what I'm saying. You know, they're not ready for it to take on like New York and that they'll take on Montana. Yeah, you know,
Hmm.
they'll
yeah.
just some fucking Dust Bowl Bible Belt fucking state nobody gives a shit about, who people
Hmm.
can't even point to on the map. Yeah,
Hmm.
they'll take that on, but
Hmm.
they're trying to get in front of this before a bigger state
I
actually
see.
climbs on and says, "Hey, you know what? What use is this?" And you know, that's they're just trying to get in front of this.
You
Jay
can't blame them.
Cavassier, yeah, Jay Cavassier says, I think it's a dangerous precedent for a spyware company to sue a state. He called it a
Mm.
spyware.
I
It
mean, that's
is.
essentially
It
what it
is.
is.
He called it what it was, and I'm like, damn. I didn't even think about it like that. Like you bold. You spied on our people, and you going because we won't
Yeah, I
let you
got it.
spy on our people. That's real bold, TikTok. Damn, I didn't
Sheesh.
even think about that.
The Chinese tend to be.
Well, hey, that's that. They don't play. They do not
Um,
play.
wow. All right. Um,
Welcome to 2023.
welcome to 2023. TikTok said, not today. Um,
Oh, hold on, I gotta do my Iyala. Not on my watch.
I forgot she did that shit. I remember the first
Oh,
time
that's
when I watched that shit and she did that shit scared the shit out of me.
me
I
I
know.
said,
too.
I was like,
if I was in that room, I'd be like, you need to turn it down a little bit,
a
you
little
know.
bit, a little
Turn it
bit.
down, baby.
Let me
Okay.
tell you, the saddest episode of Iyanla was when DMX was on it. Oh,
Oh
that
my
shit was a
god.
disaster.
That
Oh
was
my god.
painful.
Just terrible. Just
No,
terrible.
I think the saddest one was the girl who was kidnapped at birth. You saw that? She was kidnapped and raised by the kidnapper and fell in love with her
I
kidnapper.
didn't. That was ratchet as fuck. I didn't think it was
That was
sad. I thought it
ratchet.
was. That's where someone got their leg broke. That was the episode.
You
I
know, no. I'm saying okay, the episode was ratchet, but the story itself was just sad and fucked
Oh,
up. Like, it's
Oh,
a sad, fucked up story. Like, think about that, because it's not like she can. It's not even like like there's a support group for this girl. Like, you know what
right.
I'm saying? Like,
She's one of one. She's one of one.
right? She don't even have nobody like, oh, girl, I can understand. Like, no, nobody
Yeah,
can really
terrible.
understand.
It was a terrible story. It was a terrible
I
story. But it got super ratchet. They fought behind the scenes. Someone brought a Yanla's son jumped in the fight to protect the Yanla. Someone's leg got broke. It was pandemonium.
I felt
Pandemonium.
I felt bad for Alanya when she
Quit.
interviewed DMX, man, because X put her through the ringer. Like there was one moment when he was calling her everything but a child of God, and then
I
after
saw that.
within 5 seconds he started crying and asking her to help him have a connection with his child, and I'll be like,
Haran,
X, man.
that's typical high behavior. That is
I'm
typical high.
like,
You were,
X,
That's
man.
crackhead. That's crackhead behavior.
yeah,
But
that's like you
I will
crackhead
say,
bitch. I can't stand you. Your mama ain't shit. Hey, can I borrow $5?
right. But you know what? You did that really good, Lily. But you know what? You know what? The reason why I don't feel sorry for Ayanla, because in that particular episode,
Right.
because when it all came out, they basically set DMX up. They knew he was an addict. He
Hmm.
said that they told him that the show was going to be something else.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that. I
then,
didn't know that.
yeah, and then when he got there, they ambushed him with the son who was like, "You weren't a father," and the baby mama. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and you're in a state of addiction.
I was just about
So,
to
Okay.
say. So I said
You're in
that actually
defense
with
mode. You're
I
not in your right mind, so you go into
right, it's
defense
like, what
mode.
the fuck's going on? You said you were going to pay me $500. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to talk to my son and the baby mama. And what the fuck are you doing, bitch? Like, and you
But
saw it, he flipped.
and he
yeah,
was
well,
like,
I
huh?
said that when I watched it. The reason why I didn't think that was a sad episode is because while I was watching it, I was saying this shouldn't have been done, and the reason being when you're dealing with addicts
Hmm.
and the addict is using there's nothing to talk about. Stop, pause, end it, shut everything down, turn the lights off.
Hmm.
There's absolutely nothing to talk about unless you're trying to make
Hmm.
good TV, right? So the only reason why they kept those cameras going was to make good TV because anybody knows when you're dealing with an addict, you cannot deal with an addict who is currently under the influence. You shut everything down until the following day or until they get sober.
Hmm.
Not
I think
sober, but you know.
I think Alanya really bit off more than she could chew in that
Absolutely.
situation though. I didn't think she thought it was gonna be that motherfucking rough. Because you could see
Yeah.
certain pockets where she was just like, God damn.
Yeah, she's like, what am I? What is it? Yeah, they took advantage of someone who is an addict. They took advantage. That's
Mhm.
how producers do. But I got tea. I got tea. I got tea. Tyra
What
Banks. Tyra
happened?
Banks. I got
Oh,
tea. I got
what
tea.
happened?
If you guys are watching, stay tuned for the tea. You guys know that we're all in the and I didn't sign no NDA. Come get me, bitch. Right? I need to go
Right.
viral. I don't care. New York, bitch. All right. So, Lily, you guys know we're all in the industry in some
Hmm.
capacity as artists. Way back, right? I was doing my little modeling thing, and my ex. Matter of fact, I interviewed this ex, the stripper,
Yeah.
that child of God, sculpted by the gods. Yeah, it's gonna be that type of Friday, bitches. All right, so if you're interested, you have to look at my episode where I interviewed the male strippers. One of them was mine. Anyway, so he was doing his entertainment thing too. Long story short, he was gonna get on Tyra Banks. This was during the Tyra Banks talk show. He was gonna get on Tyra Banks, and it was an episode where "Are you a womanizer?" Right? So he called me up. He was like, "Jen, you into this entertainment shit? They asking me to bring like two women to talk about blah blah blah." And I was like, "All right, motherfucker, I'll help you out. Whatever, right? I'll go on now." At the time, I said time, Jen had a boyfriend, right? Jen had a boyfriend. So, I discussed it with him, like, yo, such and such called me, and blah, 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 blah. Then he went through the whole rigmarole. You my woman. How it gonna look? I was like, oh, for here we go. So, long story short, I had to call up my people and be like, yo, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm in this relationship and I got to respect him to keep the sanctity of the relationship. So I was like, I can't do it, man. I'm sorry. I can't do it. He was like,
Horrible.
Jen, yeah, right. All that bullshit. You know that bullshit we do for relationships that
Yeah,
don't mean shit 5 years later?
yeah.
That shit.
How
That
dare he,
shit.
guys? How dare he?
Right. Anyway, so I was like, all right, fine. Because you know, some dudes is like they love that you're an entertainer until they're in a relationship with you. And then it's like, no, mine. Nobody can look at your titties.
Yes.
You're mine. You're mine now. I'm like, bitch, you met me. You wanted me because I was doing this. And
Right.
now you want to keep me. No, bitch, I'm still this, right? Anyway. No, I'm not going to segue just yet. So I called him up and I was like, yo, I can't do it, blah, blah. He was like, yo, it's whatever, I understand, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool. Fast forward, honey. The next couple days, the fucking producers at the Tyra Banks show were harassing me. And yes, I said fucking harassing. Like I said, come get me, bitch. Come get me, Tyra. Come get me. Come at me, bro. Tyra Banks producers were fucking harassing me. And they were literally doing what's the good cop, bad cop? Is it the Mutt and Jeff or something like that? You know what I'm talking about? The good cop, bad cop. So the first producer that called was like, oh, but, we need, Tyra Banks already saw the footage and we got the audition tapes, but she really wants you. Like, Tyra, they really want you for the thing. And all the producers got together. We love your look, blah, blah. It's going to be a great star. I was like, so I'm hearing her out and I'm like, I cannot do it. I'm in this relationship and I got to respect the sanctity of your relationship because he's my man. So I was like, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Right, Lily? Right? I cannot do it. So I should have did that shit because I ain't with that motherfucker now.
Right.
But anyway, any and who. So I was like, I can't do it. Call me the next day. Are you sure? Like, it's like, okay, look, we're willing to pay. I was like, oh, now y'all talking money. But see, again, I can't do it because I'm protecting the safety of my relationship.
Wait. You was talking that shit and the bag was involved?
Yeah.
I was on board until it was like that. Like, ugh.
But a bag wasn't involved until am I plugged in testing? The bag wasn't involved until I said no. Then all of a sudden, Tyra Banks show had money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they was like, and I was like, yes, remarkable. I'll take it. Yes, it was an L. Listen, if you're right, I'm not going to argue with you.
Right, you're like, I'll buy an L for $5. Okay.
Yeah, it was an L. It was
Even
an
if
L.
it was my wife, I'd have been like, I'm gonna stay talking. Just saying.
Right. So, okay. So then, guess what? Lily, Haran, chat, public. Then they send in the mean producer.
Oh God!
Literally, the day after that, the violin. I was like, I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. Then, hi, I'm calling for such and such. I'm wondering, blah blah blah. We're calling from the Tyra Banks show. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, hi. I'm. She's like, listen, we're looking at this thing. We already booked you. This is the most unprofessional thing. If I said, whoa, bitch, did my boy tell you I'm from the Bronx? Don't talk to me like that.
You an unprofessional girlfriend?
Yes, she said, she was literally like, this is unprofessional. Do you know that your name is everything in this business? I mean, is it money? Because we'll pay you if that's what it is. Like with a fucking attitude, because I was simply saying, I cannot fucking do it, bitch. I can't. I'm in this relationship. I'm not going to argue with this guy because of X, Y, and Z. I cannot do it. Get you another girl. I was like, it's fucking Ahmed. He's a stripper. He knows 1,000 bitches. Okay.
Right.
I cannot do it. And she was like, no, but we already saw, kind of like we already got this set up and we wanted you on there and you said you were going to do it. I'm like, but I ain't signed nothing. All I said was I was going to do it with him. And they were like, no, but it's already set up and this is unprofessional. Your name is everything in this business. I'm like, I think if I don't do Tyra, I'll be okay, bitch. Yeah. Relax. Yeah. Calm down. Off the fucking Starbucks, bitch. So, I was like, I don't care. What is it, money? Because what pays it? I was like, I can't fucking do it. I don't care who calls. I don't care. I cannot fucking do it.
Unless it was Babyface.
What?
Unless it was Babyface.
I would have broke up with my man for some Babyface. Now, let's not get panicky.
Yeah.
Let's not
you got to go.
Let's not talk crazy.
You got to go.
Hold on. Let's not talk crazy. Ironically, that ex is the one that introduced me to Babyface. Anyway, that's another story.
For another day.
For another day, honey. Or the book. So with that fucking said, yes, them producers, them behind the scenes, them Tyra Banks. That's why when that model, I forgot the name. You probably know her name, Lily. But there's a model that's talking about. She's working on a documentary, and they're about to expose Tyra and all the behind the scenes
Is
and
it
all the
Lisa?
shit. Is it
I
Lisa? She
wonder if
has
it's
like a little
Lisa.
gap here, and then she got
I
it
think it's
fixed.
Lisa.
Okay,
Oh, the one who got
so
it fixed. Okay, yeah.
yeah. So they're supposed I don't know how it's taking a while, but they've been talking about exposing Tyra and how they ran America's Next Top Model and how horrible it was behind the scenes.
I can imagine.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
I
heard a
mean,
lot.
yeah. So, I'm waiting for that documentary because I'm a co-sign. I'm gonna be like, yup, them bitches is X, Y, and Z because I got my little experience with a Tyra Banks production. So yup. So I was just saying that to say that is how producers do. Like they like desperate fucking vultures. So I'm sure they
Mhm.
threw DMX in there nice and high as a kite. And he was probably like, well, what's going on? Why my son here?
Yeah.
Why my baby mama here? He probably bugged the fuck. He probably bugged out. And then Yanna's trying to listen. This is what you're gonna do, but he was like, no, the fuck I'm not.
Yeah, that's what's not going to
Well,
happen.
let's see. Look, listen. Let me tell y'all something, man. If there's one thing New Yorkers hate, is when somebody tells you this is how it's going to go. Like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
What do you mean this
yeah.
is
Oh
how it's
my
going to go?
god, that's like
Yeah.
we
acid.
we don't like that. Like, what do you mean? This is
No,
how it's going
Hmm.
to go.
no.
Especially if you're not armed while you're saying this. You
Yeah,
know?
no. No.
Nah, we don't like that.
Absolutely, Sarah. Train wrecks make great TV. Yeah, say anything with that. Say anything. Ask. Make sure you got a question mark behind your shit when you talk to me. Okay. Make sure I can hear the question mark when you say the sentence. I need to hear the question mark when you ask me to do
Right.
Look, man,
something.
producers are just, I mean, look, listen,
Yeah,
show
they
business,
cutthroat.
period. These motherfuckers, man. There's certain times when you see people on one show where you didn't know they were supposed to be on another show, but they literally hog-tied and hostage the motherfucker in the middle of a situation and threw him on the other show. Like, it is vicious. Basically, essentially, daytime TV is some vicious shit. I've
Oh
heard some
yeah.
shit
Oh
about
yeah.
daytime TV because that's where a lot of the money is made in
Mm-hmm.
America. You know, a lot of the advertising money is made because you got people home, you got the old folks home, you got all this other shit, and man,
Mm-hmm.
listen, man,
Prisons. Yep.
all that, man. I've
Mm-hmm.
heard some things, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some
Yeah, it's
things.
Um.
it's no joke that daytime television production stuff. The schedule, the just the manipulation. There's a lot. I mean, it's not just the talent that gets manipulated. The actual person whose name is on the marquee, they get
Right.
manipulated. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like you think you're going in there like, oh, my name is on the marquee. This is my show, but you get in there and quickly realize, oh, this ain't my shit. My name's just on there. Oh.
Yeah. You're just supposed to.
Especially daytime and prime time. Prime time being the news, and yes, the news is show business. Yes,
Remember,
yes,
remember that murder that happened with was the Jenny Jones show? Yes, I'm aging myself, bitch. It's 49.
hmm
What? Come at me, bro.
hmm
So at the Jenny Jones show, remember when they
hmm
was
hmm
doing like the secret crushes, and then the guy
hmm
came out, and there was a
It
guy
was
who
a
had a secret
dude.
crush on
Yeah, it
him,
was a dude.
and worse, and insult to injury, he was his neighbor. So now you got to see this guy, and he ended up
And you
killing him.
embarrassed them on television.
Yeah.
You know, my cousin used to make the talk show rounds in the 90s because she had
hmm
nothing else better to do. And
hmm
so
That's
she
what
had
you
like,
do. That's what
yeah,
everybody was doing.
right. She had nothing better to do. She had 5 kids. So she was like, okay, God damn it, you the bad kid and you the good kid. Okay. And we going on Maury and you're going to tell them that you've been smoking cigarettes, having sex, and dropping out of school. And she, mind you, she's a straight A student.
Oh, she had a script. Okay,
Oh, my
amen.
cousin didn't play. She was making, every time I turned on the TV, she was on a new talk show
Oh
So
with a
shit.
new
listen,
story.
listen, man. And again, the news. There's a reason why. Ever notice that when you turn on the news, everyone's beautiful. It's not that many ugly people on the news.
Except the black people telling you what happened down the street.
So yeah, the anchors and the weather people, these motherfuckers look like models. These motherfuckers in shape and shit like that. All that. There's a reason because what I mean. The science being that if you are looking at a person that you believe to be attractive, you're going to listen to them actually tell you the news, and so on and so forth. So there's tricks to this shit, man. There a lot of people swear that they're oblivious to the ruses and the techniques and so on and so forth. Actually, a lot of you aren't. Because if you were oblivious to these things, excuse me, if you were
Mm-hmm.
resistant to these
Mm-hmm.
things and
Mm-hmm.
so on, they wouldn't perform these things on you.
Mm-hmm. Um. So Manny Lynn throwing some old news at us, but we'll dissect. Manny Lynn says, "What about Tiffany Haddish defending Jonathan Majors?"
Oh, that
That
was on
actually,
Twitter. I think that was
yeah,
on
that
Twitter.
actually happened back in April. Apparently,
Hmm.
Tiffany Haddish had tweeted, "Jonathan Majors accuser appears unhurt clubbing in a video." Los Angeles Times, and then of course she got dragged for it because Tiffany Haddish has her own shit going on with the whole scandal, with the skits that were done, the pedophilia skits that were done with those little kids. So I
Oh,
guess that's why she got tracked for it. Like you do not speak here. Be quiet. Go
be
somewhere.
quiet just in general, Tiffany. That's it.
I
Yeah.
wonder. I wonder though. And I'm not making any excuses for this gentleman, but I'm wondering what the atmosphere would be if that woman weren't white. It was a black woman that he got
Oh,
Come
into
on
it
they
now.
with.
would have called her a mammy. They would have
Right.
said that's what she get. They would have
She
said, see
probably did.
that
She's probably cheating on him, and she probably hit him first. She probably attacked him.
they literally would have said that's why he need to be with a white woman or a Latina or whatever. Like if had she been black, they would have definitely went the whole way the other route, right?
It's amazing. It's amazing. Like that's just what it is. That's my point. It's like it's amazing what I mean, what side of the fence people stand on. If you just change one variable, you
Yes.
just change one detail. It's amazing where someone's moral compass shifts. You know what I mean?
That's why
Okay, so
I'm always like humans are hypocrites. It's
Hmm.
just they want to convince you. They will argue you down that they're not. And I'm like, but we all are in our own way. The thing is,
Absolutely.
I've just learned how to be like, because I'll catch myself and be like, oh my god, I can't stand her because of X, Y, Z. But then I'll have a friend who has those same qualities. Like, oh my god, I love her and I love how blah 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 she is. And I'm like,
right,
you're a fake bitch because like,
right.
We all do it. I
No,
mean, to
no,
some degree,
I
we all do it. We all do it to some degree.
I find myself doing that. The only thing I draw the line in the sand, is when like a man is being accused of something from some woman I don't know. I don't care how much I love you. I'm like, I will talk to you. I will, you know what I mean, figure out your side of the story, but I'm not going to vouch and say that didn't happen because I
Of
was
course.
not there. And we all
That's
know
fair.
that in this business, we all see each other as peers, right?
Hmm.
So just because, like, let's say Haran, universe forbid, Haran is not going to treat me. Let's say Haran is a sexual deviant. He's not going to
Hmm.
treat one of us the way he would treat a subordinate, a fan, a desperate
Hmm.
fan, right? Because we're his peers. Similarly, in this
Hmm.
business, like, I can say, I've never had a disrespectful situation between me and such and be 100% truthful. Like he's
Hmm.
Mhm.
never done that to me. And I
Right.
hate when the female, when the female, yeah, I said female, I know y'all could get offended. I hate when the female, because women, women are like, don't call me a female, you're fucking female, get over it.
Try
So,
everybody.
right. So, when the female entertainers vouch for these guys and like, I've never experienced that bitch because he sees you as a peer, not a subordinate, not a fan, right? It's a power thing. You know that bitch? Like it's a power thing. That's why I didn't like when Felicia Rashad came out, caping for Bill Cosby. I'm like, bitch, he sees you as a fucking peer. Yeah, I called you a bitch. You could be an old bitch or a young bitch. I thought that was a real bitch move because you are his peer. Okay, Felicia Rashad, Claire Huxtable, you were literally his peer. Why would he disrespect you? Why would he
Right.
disrespect you? So it's stupid for a woman to cape for a man that she doesn't know behind closed doors. We don't know our friends behind closed doors, right? Well, we divulge a lot on the block, so we know a lot about our likes and dislikes. But I'm saying in this business, for her to come out so vehemently, like, no, it ain't. It was those women. I'm like, that's a mistake. That's a
I don't
mistake.
I don't vouch for no one sexual activities
Yeah,
at
no,
all. No
no.
one. Not
Let's not
one
do
human.
that.
Mm-mm.
Let's
However, if a mototherfucker did come out and said he tied Jenny up and did all kinds of shit, I'd be like, "You's a goddamn lie.
Right.
You's a goddamn lie.
you damn
You's a goddamn lie."
damn right. Some shit we just know. Some
There's
shit we
some
fucking
shit
know.
like that,
That's
goddamn well that doesn't happen.
That's very true. There are some things that you like. Now that don't sound right.
Listen,
Now,
if I
if he said that, yeah, I did X, Y, and Z, and she ain't returned the favor, I'd be like,
I'm just
these things
saying,
happen, young man. These things happen.
these things happen.
These things happen.
Listen, at this point,
Look
we
at the
can all.
game.
At this point, we can have code words. Like if I call you and I'll be like, yeah, he's just tying me up, then I'm in trouble because that's just
Of
fucking
course, of
around.
course, of course.
To
I'll be
sit
like,
here and
Lily,
try to,
I'll be like, Lily, jump in the Batmobile. We about to go get our girl. She's in trouble.
you know, something's wrong. Simon, I see you. Show your face if you're gonna come up. Um, So next, speaking of moral codes and compasses, this story is so repulsive, man. It's so fucking repulsive. Let me make sure I get this motherfucker's net worth, so I'm not talking out the side of my neck here. And Google net worth is roundabouts, right? It's not to the dollar, but it's in the vicinity of what the person is worth. Okay, so I'm talking about this clown. So disgusting. Um, Deadbeat Flow Rider finally helps ill son.
Oh
Deadbeat
shit!
Flow Rider the rapper finally helps ill's son. Let's bring
I didn't
Simon up
even know
here.
that was I didn't even know that was the situation.
Simon,
I
I need some
did.
light on you. I need
I
some light on
knew.
you. If you want to go to sleep, go to sleep. But if you're gonna be up here with us, I need some light on you. You got some light? Get some
I mean,
light. I don't. You over there doing? I don't know what's going
now you
on.
look like a horror movie.
Need some light. We're up here
Okay,
entertaining.
okay, give me 2 cents. I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I'm like waiting for
Please.
some spooky background
All
music.
right.
Don't do
All right.
that. Come on, girl.
All right, I'll drop you down. And when I see you got light on you, I'll pull you up. We entertaining people here. Don't come up in the dark. Um,
I want to know who this long suffering girl is. I really would like him to introduce himself just so I
He
can
always,
know.
I'm just saying, man. This motherfucker ain't say 2 words, and he already goes to some shit.
Oh, Lord. I am very
y'all know
curious.
I'm the most impatient person on the planet.
No, but ironically, there's always somebody who does some shit like that on the block who come around and do some shit, and you just be like, this nigga, man.
Yo, it's true. Everybody be on the stoop, vibing, and then he pull up, and you're like, and everybody does this at the same time.
Yeah.
This nigga, man. And you be looking at everybody like, what happened?
Yeah.
Listen, man, come on, we entertaining the people. I want people to see us. So this clown Flow Rider, by the way, for the record, this is his pattern. This is the second kid he does this to. So this is not a rumor. This is not an isolated incident. This is a second woman he knocks up, has a kid with, and is dragging him all around, okay, trying to get support. So I don't know what kind of psychopath or narcissist or sociopath this motherfucker is. This is the second child. First of all, I saw the little boy, the one we're going to talk about, the most beautiful little boy, the most precious thing. He's autistic, okay?
Oh.
And he fell out of a window, I think 5 stories, okay? So let me read to you. So this bum is worth, if you let Google tell you, roundabouts $50 million fucking dollars. Y'all heard that right. And with all those big mega hits that Flow Riders had, it is very believable.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely believable. His hits are to the moon, right?
If there was a motherfucker who got successful in hip hop or rap or whatever by accident, it was that nigga. I
Yes.
never thought he'd be that big. Anyway,
Me either.
But again,
And the white people love him.
But again,
Mhm.
why? Because he went from I'm a G, I'm a gangster to that spring break white boy music.
Yeah.
All that hopping up
Yeah.
and down.
Yeah, the hop,
Yeah.
the hop, the hop. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
When I start seeing him hopping everywhere with all the muscles.
yeah. I was like, this is a different Flow Rider, right? But he went where the bag was. So let me read you this shit. I mean, this dude is truly the quintessential piece of shit. Okay. It said rapper Flow Rider has recently agreed to a support package for his disabled son that could total near $500,000, which is a fucking drop in a bucket for this bitch. I'm sure he pays that much for clothes monthly. This comes after his ex-partner Alexis Adams filed claims against him in Bronx family court, alleging that he was failing to pay. Flow Rider was in the Bronx? alleging that he was failing to pay medical and school payments for their 6-year-old son, Zohar. Adams claims that Zohar requires special services and has catastrophic accident costs that require additional resources after falling 5 stories from a New Jersey apartment. Zohar is also autistic, adding to the need for specialized care. Adams further alleges that she and Zohar were dropped from Dillard's insurance plan and forced onto Medicaid. While Dillard has offered a private insurance plan for Adams, it is allegedly insufficient for Zohar's requirements. Under the agreement with Adams, Flo Rida will pay $14,000 a month in support and $2,212 a month in health insurance. This support package could total nearly $500,000 when including the $300,000 escrow account Rida was ordered to set up for his son. The account must be replenished each year, according to Insider. While this may seem like a lot of money, it is important to consider the significant expenses associated with caring for a disabled child. The cost of specialized care, therapy, and equipment can add up quickly, and it is crucial for parents to have the financial resources necessary to provide their children with the care they need. And then, whatever bitch wrote this article literally ends it with, it is commendable that Flo Rida has agreed to provide this level of support for his son.
Commendable.
She trifling.
Commendable.
Look, man.
She must be a fan.
I'm gonna talk real. I'm gonna talk real to the brothers, man. I know sometimes, man, you're going through back and forth with the baby mama, blah blah blah, yada yada. You might hate her, you might whatever. You might be some situations. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Don't take it out on the kids, man. Make sure these kids are taken care of. Make sure.
Look at this baby. Like, how could you deny this baby?
Damn.
How could you look at this baby and be like, I got 50 million, fuck them kids? Who does this?
Right.
Yeah,
and he
man.
comes from
Like,
your DNA.
it's-
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's not a good look. You know what I mean? If the child is yours, take care of the child, man, and just keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, these kids ain't asked to be here. These kids did not ask to be here. You know, try to be that one person in the world who did their best not to fuck up another human being.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Saint. I see No Saint in the chat. What's up, No Saint?
Yo, what's going on? What's it, man?
No Saint peeking. Bonjour, darling. Bonjour. We miss you, No Saint. Come through.
Yeah, man, we saw some villages for you to pillage.
Right. Like, what are we gonna do? We can't colonize on our own.
Right.
You
Yes,
can
you
rob
caught
people
us.
of their legacy now.
What time? What time is it over there? No Saint. Yeah. So back to this fucking
Hold on,
animal.
when we do it, it's called white flight. It's totally different. Two different things. Two different things.
Oh. I missed the joke. I feel left out like the little kid who didn't get picked for the team.
I said when we colonize, it's called white flight.
Oh. What's white flight?
Our colonization.
Oh.
The black colonization.
Oh.
It's
I'm
called
like
white flight. Oh, you don't know what white flight is?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I feel like the little fat kid who's not getting picked to play.
So white flight is when too many black people move in the neighborhood. White
they
people
leave.
Yeah, they leave. They leave. They take flight. They take flight.
Okay, it's 5:30 a.m. where No Saint is. Oh, what you do? Go to sleep, No Saint.
Like you know how it is, Jen. You know what I mean, motherfucking. You know, Bob looks out the window and like, hey, Sharon, it's a third Negro couple that moved in this week.
Third.
It's Harlem. You know, you're a racist motherfucker if you can count how many fucking black people moved in your neighborhood within a small span of time.
And the wife would be like, no, I think one of them is Puerto Rican. They have one of them flags in the window.
Those are just niggers who can swim.
I heard their own people tell jokes about them.
Exactly.
So this filthy animal of a man, I don't understand. Like, you fucked the groupie, you hung out with the groupie. I saw pictures that the girl had. This wasn't you know how these guys go state to state, they fuck a groupie, bring her back to the hotel, fuck her and dismiss her like Kevin Hart did out here in Vegas with his bitch. It wasn't even like that. It wasn't even like that. Like, she had a lot of pictures of her and Flo Rida all out about the town, in the pool, at the beach. He has her on his shoulders. They're running around playing. I mean, I'm talking about painting the town, hanging. And after, she says after she got pregnant, he was like, "Oh, well, what you want me to do about that? What you gonna do about that?" And she was like, "Well, I'm gonna have this baby. He's autistic. Fell out fucking 5-story window."
Jesus.
And Flo Rida was still like, "But that got to do with me." So I'm glad, because the way the judge handled this, it looked like the judge was disgusted too. If I was a judge, I'd have been like, "Oh, we're gonna take this motherfucker for everything we can get, every fucking penny." So now he agreed. It's funny how they say he agreed to pay. No, you didn't, bitch. You were ordered.
Like,
That's what happens in court.
what kind of lawyer do you have that makes you think that, yeah, you can win this one? Yeah, you're just up. You're just up against a little child that fell out of a window.
The way my mind is set up.
Holy shit! Now, Simon, one of these things don't match. Simon, can you hear us?
He's probably on mute, having a good conversation with us.
I'm listening to you.
We
Okay.
can't. We can only see half of your face, Simon.
Not even the face. That's an arm. That's a half of an arm. It's actually a shoulder. Okay.
Oh, okay. So what's the problem?
I give up. I give up.
He's trolling tonight. He's trolling.
Yeah, I give up. I give
He's
up.
trolling
Hey,
tonight.
but you could troll
Yeah.
another night, Simon. You get a light on you, we'll bring you back. You know what a light
Exactly.
is.
He's trolling tonight, man.
Have a great Friday. Yeah, that's what we're not finna do. Okay,
Not on
so
this Good Friday.
no, not on this Good Friday. It's a Good Friday.
Mhm.
That Kevin Hart video always be hilarious. Oh, that video where his little legs, he was fucking his little legs was going up and down on that
Oh
lady.
yes.
I was like, look at him, look at the little guy go. Look at the little guy go.
Wait, what happened? What?
It is a
Remember
sex
when-
video.
There's a sex video that got leaked.
I didn't
when
see
that,
any fucking.
you didn't see the video?
Why do you look like a little kid on a Great Adventure ride?
like-
You're like a
Pretty
little
much.
Great Adventure.
Pretty much.
I'm
Yep.
like, he's 5'0". I'm like, look at him go, guy. Them little guys, they be all neck when they be all neck.
Look like you put two Rock'em Sock'em robots on top of each other.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And the funny thing is, what I always found crazy was that his freaking that chick looked just like his wife. Like they were twinning. So I was like, you might as well have gone home, you idiot. Like, but she was pregnant, so maybe he wanted to hit something that wasn't pregnant. I don't know.
Wasn't that his McRib that he was cheating on?
Yeah, his McRib. His rib.
Wow.
His rib.
Okay.
So I said Simon Owes Con
Oh yeah.
I'm like, how you gonna
pretty
sit
sure.
no respect for the show? No,
No,
come on.
nothing. He's like, what happened? What happened? Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? He's over here listening to the Beatles.
Why does your English accent sound more Australian?
I know, right? I'm a New Yorker. Everyone sounds the same to me. They all fucking sound the same.
It was this one show. Y'all remember back in the day? Jim will remember this. You remember, like back in the early 2000s, they had this reality show. Back the last writer's strike, when they were just pumping out reality shows, and it was a makeover show. This is pre-BBL, where it was like they was taking women who was just all jacked up and giving them a whole full body makeover from head to toe. Like they were giving them veneers and breasts.
Oh shit!
Like they gave them the whole works. You remember that? And it was a lady who hosted it, and her accent would change every 5 minutes. And I'm just like
let it go.
What is this?
But you notice all those reality shows, like they have a certain cast. It doesn't matter if it's a do-it-yourself show or a makeover. They need a gay black person They need the person with the accent because it's much better when we're introducing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they follow a fucking menu, so to speak. Yeah. But I remember
No
that show. That was
creativity.
crazy. Like they did the hair, the teeth, the weight loss. Yeah,
Everything.
it was an intense
It was.
makeover. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Flo Rida is being forced to take care of a sick child.
Mm.
It's funny that they worded agreed to. No, bitch, you were ordered like the little bitch that you are. So he's disgusting. I don't see his music the same. I'm just like, you're a loser, man. You're a loser. And that karma never misses.
Yeah, you don't.
Right.
The one thing you don't want to have, you don't want to have that stain on your reputation. A child, like you did something horrible to a child, or you neglected a child, especially your child, doesn't sit well. You
And
know what I
nobody
mean?
wants to know about, like, nobody wants to see a wealthy deadbeat.
That's
Like,
the whole.
you know,
That's the whole thing. Like a wealthy deadbeat is the worst.
that is the worst. Like, what is your excuse, sir? You can put the money in the mail or something,
And I
you
Right.
know?
Exactly.
guarantee, and I guaranteed, child under two. No, the baby he's 6. I think he's 6. I think he's 6 now. He's not 2. No, he's 6. What is he, 6? I think he's 6. Yeah, he's 6. He's 6, Jay
No,
Cavassi. He's
man.
6 years old. Um,
No.
so the baby's been around for 6 years and you haven't been supporting him. And I guarantee, because this guy sounds like a fucking sociopath, like I guarantee this is the second child he does it to. I guarantee that the only reason he's turning over some money is because his PR people were like, bitch,
Hmm.
women
Hmm.
know about this story. So get
Hmm.
your shit together, trick off 500,000 or whatever it is you got to pay. You pay more than that on your Gucci sneakers. Let's take care of this little boy so we could take care of our bag. Because
Oh,
what
hold
he
on.
don't want to do.
Speaking of bag, did you mention about the other big bag he got, the lawsuit that he won recently? He got a ton of money.
Yep, I remember that
Like, so you're already making a ton of money on your own. This is before the lawsuit. Then you won
before the
this, like,
lawsuit.
I like, it was a huge win. Like, let me look up the number that he won.
There
He
was a
won
huge.
a
It was a huge one.
huge win.
It was in the hundreds of millions, I believe.
Yeah.
It was in the hundreds of millions.
So that's what I'm saying. That you know how disgusting and sick you got to be to have that amount of money, win that other lawsuit, and neglect a 6-year-old autistic son that you brought on the planet.
82.6 million.
He won 82.6 million in a lawsuit on top of his net worth of 45 million, and he was neglecting to pay child support for his children.
So he's
And
gonna
you're
have
gonna tell me
100.
that's not a sick motherfucker?
He's gonna have over 130 million in the end.
And that's not a sick motherfucker?
Mm,
Yes, please hit the likes, man. I didn't even
Hit
look
the
at the
likes,
numbers
hit the
yet.
likes, hit the likes. Okay. No Saint say he looked like when a tiny dog tries to get it from a great
Great Dane, like a
the video
Chihuahua. Chihuahua up in a
funny.
Great
It's like
Dane, like yeah, you gonna get this work.
yeah.
mm.
You gonna get this work.
Yeah, really, really
New,
disgusting.
New Diamond is going to have a field day with this.
Isn't she already in here? I saw her in here already.
I hope
Yeah,
she
there she go.
is.
Look at New Diamond. Look at her face.
Hey, New
That's her reaction.
Diamond. Oh, she okay. Good. I'm about to say we
New
like me.
Diamond. Hold on, New Diamond. Your profile picture, is that a microphone? Do you sing, lady?
Man, she's a singer.
You
Oh
sing? You should come
wow.
sing tomorrow.
She actually has
Right.
a. I think she has a. No, she actually has like. I saw a couple of performance videos on it. And I'm
Oh
like, she like
wow.
sings. Like she's like done stuff
New
and
Diamond. New
whatever.
Diamond. You
She's a
need to
professional.
New Diamond. You need to put down that pitchfork you have for black men and come sing for us tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right.
man. Put away that cauldron of penises that you have cooking in the back,
Not cooking.
She's
cooking in the
stirring
back,
up penises.
boiling, bubbling, boiling trouble.
You ain't shit, Haran. I ain't messing with y'all. It's gonna be that type of night. I'm telling you. Let's get into this topic. Let's piss people off. Let's get people's come sing, mama. Come sing tomorrow. We'll be more than happy. Listen, we'd be more than happy to get you up here.
Right.
Let's get some people mad. Do people of color cry alligator tears for themselves? What are you talking about, Jen? What the fuck about to happen? Do people of color cry alligator tears for themselves while capitalizing from being white adjacent? I'll give you an example. Okay. And I'll start with the Latinos, since y'all be having a big cock hard on for my topics. The Latinos, I know, you know me, I'm very observant. I'm a little sponge. So I'm on Instagram and I'm following all these Puerto Rican Instagram pages. And I'm like, okay, I'm seeing a pattern. I'm seeing a pattern with the Ricans, right? Every time they're like, hey, mi gente, my people, aren't our people beautiful, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't see no brown and dark skinned Latins, Puerto Rican specifically, right? And I'm like, So I'm like, maybe it's just this one. So I scroll and I'm like, oh, it's this one too. Oh, let me keep going. Oh, you guys too. Like Loíza in Puerto Rico, Loíza, Puerto Rico, that's where all the dark and brown skinned people are. That is where all the dark and brown skinned people are. Loíza, Puerto Rico, right? And I'm like, so y'all couldn't find one, two? No. Y'all on the same island? No.
Right.
But even the ones that are in the States, even the Puerto Ricans that are in the States, I noticed, and I'm going to take them, I'm connected to the topic. Specifically, are you capitalizing from being white adjacent by crying about inclusion, right? Is because when we look at Latin, Latinx, Latina, whatever they call themselves, specifically John Leguizamo, who posed as a Puerto Rican for many years, but he's not, he's Colombian and his father outed him, okay? That's the whole of the story. Yeah, his father outed him. He was like, why the fuck you run out of, we're not Puerto Rican, we're Colombian.
Is that like Trina said she was Dominican and her dad was like,
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just like Sean King and Rachel Dolezal. Their parents were like, you're what? Right? So it was that type of thing. It was that type of
the
thing.
Banana Republic.
Right. It was that type of thing. And then Leguizamo's story changed to like, no, I grew up with them. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, and Alec Baldwin's wife, who's from Spain. And people was like, no, but I was in class with you in Michigan. You know, we went to school together. You know, kindergarten through 12. Remember?
Right.
Like me and you.
Right. Are you saying? So with
That's
that
the
said,
move on camp.
right. Right. The parents are like, right. So when you are a white adjacent Latino, right? And we're going to expound on this next week because I have some brown and dark skinned Latinos coming to the panel. We're going to get into this whole Latino. Yeah, we're going to get into this whole Latino colorism next week. I had one person that was available and one wasn't. So we're going to push it to next week. So we'll elaborate then. But right now, I just want to talk about how people of color, be they Latin or Black, the more white adjacent they are, in my opinion, the more hypocritical they look. Because I feel like if you have a privilege to be white adjacent, you're supposed to be pulling up these people you're fighting for. Or are you just, is it selfish? Are you crying alligator tears for yourself? Because I'm thinking if you're fighting for a people, if you're fighting for the people, right, then you're going to make it your fucking point to make sure the brown, the kinky haired, and the dark skinned that speak your language are going to be front and center with you. And I think it's crazy that I can be following these Puerto Rican Instagram pages and I'm like, it's like 10 Puerto Ricans like, yeah, we Puerto Rican, aren't our people beautiful? And I'm like, so it's just y'all.
That man, one of those motherfuckers is my complexion.
Right. That's my point.
If you was walking down the street and they was doing like a bridal party or some type of party, you just think it's a bunch of white girls like this that you walk past. Yeah.
Yes. Now, with that said, I know that, you know, the whole Spaniard, we're a combination of Spaniards and Tainos and Africans, and I get all of that, but for some reason, the Spaniard presenting, like let's say Leguizamo or Jennifer Lopez or Ricky Martin or what have you. Bad Bunny is the only one that I've seen like this is who we all are, and I'm gonna put it in your face. Ricky Martin tried it for one music video, but I was like, you're reaching, and I know this wasn't your idea.
So cute. So cute.
It was cute, right? But I'm gonna have to do a TED Talk on how Latinos should be inclusive of everybody. Because I notice even when they attempt, right, to be inclusive, they always put themselves on this, like, because even the video that Ricky Martin did, he's like on top and all the little Negroes that speak Spanish are dancing around. It's like, I'm like, that to me, that's not you being inclusive, in my opinion, right? You guys know I do not like when those white chicks go to Africa and they're dancing with the little boys and the little girls and they're in the middle. I don't like the visual. I don't like it. I never will, right? Bitch, stand on the side. Put the little African girl in the middle. Why do you have to be in the middle? Because you're white?
Right.
Why are you in the middle? You're in Africa, bitch. You're in their home. Why are you in the middle? That visual has always bothered me, right? I don't applaud it like, oh my God, look at this white girl. She could dance like them. No, I'm not amused by them like that. Okay. So I'm noticing that on all these quote unquote, like Puerto Rico, June is coming up. We call it Puerto Rican weekend in New York City. A lot of the parades, the festivals are going to be happening. And I'm constantly seeing this over and over, this visual. And it's like, we're the brown and dark skinned Puerto Ricans. Since you're like mi gente, meaning my people. That is what mi gente says. That's why I say it in the beginning of every show. That's what mi gente means. Where's the gente? Like, where's the gente? Right?
Gente negro.
Right. So la gente negra. So I'm like, right? I'm like, I'm gonna have to do a TED talk on this. But I notice spanning all people of color, Black pop stars do the same thing. But then they claim this Afrocentricity and this African and Black is beautiful and Black is this and Black and Black and Black and Black. But then when you look at their pictures, they're wearing blonde hair from here to there, right? And it looks like my cousin Maria's hair, right? They're lightening the pictures. They're taking supplements to lighten their skin, okay? Little Kim turned herself into a white woman and no one's talking about it in the Black community. I'm shocked. This is the same community that's always talking about how fair on life, how unfair life is, because those people over there are white and they're not white. So you're going to ignore Little Kim turned into a whole white woman before our eyes and no one's saying anything about it. We're just accepting whatever they put in our faces. The same thing like
on my timeline.
The same thing with Latin actresses. It's like Jennifer Lopez or Ben Affleck. Now her mother said she's been praying for 20 years for her to get back with Ben Affleck. I wonder why.
Right.
I wonder why. There's no other man on the planet. It's like, I was praying 20 years for her to get back with him. So I wanted to
20 years for her to get back with the alcoholic guy.
Right.
The alcoholic white man with anger issues.
Right.
Did you throw your grandkids in there too, Guadalupe? Did they get a shout out?
Her name is Guadalupe. You talk about Kim. Yes, Kari, I see you. You talk about Kim, right? But you talk about Kim and you don't address, right, the root. She wanted to be white. Yeah, we drag Kim all the time. I see it all the time. Oh, does she look like a Chinese lady now? Oh, she look like Zsa Zsa Gabor. I'm talking about, you don't talk about the deep root, because y'all drag everybody. It could be the most beautiful woman on Instagram. Be like, oh, look her toe, look her nose, her ears bigger than
her shirt.
Right. Her right ear bigger than her left ear. I know y'all talk. Y'all talk about we talk about everybody. Everybody talks about everybody. I'm talking about the root of it. Little Kim does not have vitiligo. Okay. She literally went from a brown skinned girl to a white looking appearing woman. That's a race thing. That's beyond, I'm going to drag you because you look busted. That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how pop stars all go blonde because blondes sell more records. So that is my point, that are we demanding inclusion while capitalizing from being white adjacent? That is my question, in case it's not clear. Are we complaining about inclusion? That's like me saying, Hollywood, you don't include Latinas. Every time we're on a TV, we're playing the maid or the prostitute or the crackhead. But then every time you see me on the red carpet, I got light blue contacts and a long blonde wig down to my ass. So do I want to be white adjacent and am I going there? Or am I complaining that you don't let us in? Can you be both? Is this one of those things where you could be both? Hey, I could be white adjacent and sell more records, but still complain that you're not letting me in because I'm Latin? Can you do both? And I'm going to pass the mic there because I got more shit to say. But I hope I explained it correctly.
Well, I definitely got it because I've been noticing for a long time how like when the moment you started it, the first person I thought of was someone I feel like cosplay as Black Pride and um just all these things is Beyonce. She has been playing in our face with this Black Pride, Black Power. I'm for the people. And you know how I feel about billionaires are not for the people. You just can't be. Like it's either you're a billionaire or you're for the people. You're one or the other. Okay. So take your stance. Take your stance and say, I'm a billionaire, fuck you people, or I'm for the people and be for the people. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been doing that playing your face thing for a long time.
Hmm.
Um, and so what I've been seeing now is a influx of Black celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say B list, but now I'm noticing it on the A list a lot too. The skin bleaching is real interesting. The skin bleaching is really, really interesting. And, for me, it hurts my eyes because being a makeup artist, undertones are important for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not a real undertone that nature makes. That's an undertone that skin bleaching makes. And it's like, if I were to do this person's makeup, that's going to be like, ugh, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
annoy the hell out of me because I'm going to have to mix all these colors up to get this weird, pasty looking, anemic complexion that they're going for, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so mm, oh,
It's
this is
some deep.
tricky.
It's some deep.
It's
Yeah. It's
deep.
some. It's
It's
not
deep because
simple.
and
Um,
I'm gonna tell you what makes it deep though, because us three, we know that lighter people get pushed through the algorithm,
Yes.
right? So is it that type of thing? Is it like if you can't beat them, join them type of situation, right? Because I'm asking these questions and I'm saying these things as I'm brainstorming, like so there's no
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
judgment behind it. I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still chewing.
well, a couple of things I want to know. You know, just what popped into my head. If you notice, a lot of white people,
Mm-hmm.
white celebrities, when they adopt black children, they
Mm-hmm.
get the blackest motherfucker they could find. You ever notice that shit? Them kids
They
be
do.
dark as hell.
Yeah, they do.
They like
Because
whenever you're dealing
I could think of three right now, and they
I
all
I just rattled
adopted.
off. Yep,
They all
yep.
like
adopted dark skin. Yep.
because it's like whenever you're dealing with white guilt and you know you're looking at white guilt, they make sure whether it's the wife, the kids, they make sure to go out and find somebody that is like, this is the blackest motherfucker that I can find that can
Mm-hmm.
make me feel good about myself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they don't get anybody ambiguous, none of that shit. Look, at the end of the day, look, especially let's just call it what it is. Let's just talk real. We work in a particular industry. Show business is the business of idealism. And when
Mm-hmm.
I say that, I mean idealism across the board, whether it's physical ideals, moral ideals. When I mean moral ideals, I'm talking religion. Yes, religion is a part of show business. I'm talking about, I mean, political ideals. Yes, this politician is going to save the world and so on and so forth. It's the business of larger than life and so on and so forth. And within this particular society that we have now, due to the fact that the dominant, what I mean, tribe of people are white, anyone who is closer to any kind of white beauty standard is going to get a degree of preference. Now, what I often do see is that, yes, those who are ambiguous, those who are adjacent, they tend to play both sides of the fence. Because if you're white and you miss out on a role, what are you going to say? I didn't get it because I'm a white woman. You know what I mean? I didn't get it because I'm a white man. After the time, they'll be like, yeah, but you're still going to get something else. You know what I mean? Now, if you are, to Jen's point, white adjacent, let's say your daddy was probably Dominican or Cuban or whatever, you can kind
Mm-hmm.
of play the, you can probably kind of play the odds a little bit. And you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You can suddenly, bring your, your dark skinned uncle on the red carpet that you haven't spoken to in 20 years to, prove your point that you're a part of a particular culture that you do not acknowledge, but you're trying to put a particular degree of pressure on the system to say like, okay, I'm a nigga when it's convenient. I'm a nigga when I'm trying to get a job, but I'm white when I don't need to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm white when I'm looking for it. If I don't get it, I'm a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I do see people playing both sides of the fence. I also see people who are dark skinned who whenever I hate to say it, whenever their career isn't going in the direction that they wanted to go in, or when they want to take things to a different height, they
Then
go
they get
under the
real.
knife.
Mm-hmm.
They chop their nose down, make it thinner. You know what I mean? They started lightening their skin. Look, listen, Serena Williams, she bleached her skin, man. I don't give a fuck. Nobody said this woman
Oh, people
bleached her
arguing
skin. A lot of people argue with me. A lot of people argued with me when I said that she bleached her skin.
So that's another thing, really quickly. And I know you know about this, Lily, because you're a makeup artist. That's another thing I see that a lot of women in this business that are revered as being women of color do a hell of a lot to appear more European, be it on their album covers or magazine covers or on their own social media pages. They make sure that nose is super, super thin. Okay. They make sure that their skins or photos are lightened. So again, I'm like, can you play? I'm a person of color and we need to be included. But when I look at your pictures, your nose is almost gone, sis. So what?
okay,
So you're black, you're beautiful, but with the big nose or the small nose, which
I'm
is it?
I'm the more I'm thinking about this, like I said, I was chewing on it. This is real time as I'm
Okay.
thinking about it.
And I'm collecting some pictures. Actually, I'm gonna show in a minute.
So I'm thinking of some experiences that I have been like in the room for privy to. Not me per se, but this is back when I was managing models. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen the cruelty in this industry as a model. It is cruel, and I always tell people, like, if you're getting into this for like you thinking this is going to make you feel better about yourself or for an esteem boost, this is the wrong job. This is the last job on earth that you would want to do, because
Mm-hmm.
even if you come in with a high self-esteem, it's going to test that. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because and I came in with a high self-esteem. I did a lot of work on myself, but there were days it had me questioning myself. And I'm like, damn, if it got me questioning myself, what about the people who didn't come in with that type of work already done? So I'm gonna give you a couple examples. I was managing a model, and this is a model who's done big things, a lot of things, and took her to a casting
Mm-hmm.
here, and the designer told her, "Oh, you're pretty, but you're just a little too black." Straight to
Mm-hmm.
her face.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was times when we would shopping her to get signed to an agent, because managing and agent is two different things. So I was her manager, but I was trying to get her a new agent, and they were just flat out telling her that she had two. They kept coming for her nose, even though if you and I or anyone else saw her nose, you really wouldn't think about it because it's in your face. But they were just like, yeah, if you had a more keen nose, and basically all of the critiques that they were giving her was basically saying that she was too ethnic. Now, this is the thing though, how it works. And I'm glad you mentioned that white guilt, because the other part of the modeling industry is how they do this is how they get you. If you notice, most of the women will be racially ambiguous or white. And if they're not those two things, they're going to skip all the way to novelty black, right? They're going to find the blackest black. So when they do go dark skin, they're going to get the blackest of the black, black, black. So they can say, no, look, we utilize black women. We have, but they don't unless they're racially ambiguous or novelty black, to prove a point, or white guilt. And I don't even want to say it's white guilt when it comes to that. It's more of trying to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So I'm saying that all of that to say, and these are just a few things that I have had privy to. I can imagine the pressure if like you're trying to make it and you're just wondering why you won't pop. For instance, Lotto. When she first came, she was just like this cute, talented rapper. That wasn't enough. So she
Mm-hmm.
went and got the rapper kit, the long,
Mm-hmm.
long weave, the BBL, the teeth, the long, long nails. She did all of that and boom, she blew up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the other girl who's trying to come up and you've been watching Lotto, you've been like watching, like, damn it, that's what Lotto had to do to go up. Maybe I need to do the same thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
can imagine the pressure, especially if you are already coming in with tons of insecurities. But then, yeah, but then, like you said, it's just the hypocrisy of it all. Um,
Yeah, I got some visuals here so I can show some how full of shit uh black and Latin artists are that wave the, you know what I mean? The, yeah, we had no one's including us. We need to be seen more.
Look, I will say this.
Tristan.
I will say this. When it comes to being a person of color in the industry, whatever industry it is,
Mm-hmm.
if you really want to make it, you can't look average. And when I mean that, it has to be something about you that is gorgeous, appealing, something, whether it's, aesthetically in the face, you know what I mean, you have an amazing body, so on and so forth, whatever it is. Like in real life as a black person, you can't be average looking or even ugly, and you know what I mean, and people not even I hate to say it, like look, I'm just fucking say it. This is one of the reasons why I'm very, what I mean, when you're a black person, you know what I mean, and if you're into eugenics and so on and so forth, I don't really have too much to say to you because, when you're black, you really do need to think about eugenics. You really do need to be really careful who and with what you breed with. You know what I mean? Because if your kid is black and it comes out not very, aesthetically pleasing and so on and so forth, and it's basically of average IQ and so on and so forth, that kid's gonna have a very, very, very hard life. You know what I mean? So if you're of a person of color, you know what I mean, you want to have nice looking children, want to have smart, nice looking children, or to some degree, even beautiful, nice looking children. You know what I mean? To give them a leg up because at the end of the day, they're already black. Don't give them more shit. Fucking
That's
have to fucking
controversial.
deal
That's
with what they have to deal
controversial.
with. And I
That's
stand by that.
controversial, Haran.
I stand by that. Like, look, listen. Whenever I was laying down with any woman, I made sure, like, hey. You know what I mean? If I'm dealing with this woman, she can't be an idiot and she can't be ugly. Just in case. Just in
Oh my
case.
but
You know,
I mean, but hold on.
just in
I
case.
mean, that's
And I stand by it.
controversial. That's controversial, but honestly, I feel like more people, like you said, I feel like more people, okay, too many people are having babies without thought, right? Um, in
Tristan.
general, in general, like they're not even thinking about the income bracket. They're not thinking about shit, right? And then yeah, they are setting, like a lot of them are setting their children up for failure in many different ways. Like not even just the ways that you named. I'm just talking about period.
Mhm.
Like you know, yes, people do need more be to be more selective, especially black people. And
Yes,
like
they
I told you,
do.
I've given on this show examples of people who actually chose not to have children because they like genetically, I can fuck up my child because of these things, and so I'm not taking the risk. I'm not putting that on. I'm not bringing a child in the world to give them that risk. That's the choice that they made. That's why I don't get mad when women say, "I don't want children. I'm not going to have children." I never ask why. I never change my face. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
So Haran, would you what are we saying here? If let's say if someone was very dark skinned, man or woman, are you saying that it's best for them to get some? I have that T-shirt, habitual line stepper. Are you saying that it's best for them to get with someone that is lighter to give the child a better chance?
I will say that if they get with someone, they should get with someone that's exceptionally beautiful.
That's safe. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen a, I've
No matter the complexion, you're saying.
no matter the complexion, you want to get at least get with someone who's exceptionally beautiful because it's like, fuck it, I'll just fucking say it. The darker they are, the more exceptionally beautiful that person better be because it is what it is. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about the way people behave, and I'm talking about the way that people perceive people. We can sit
Mm-hmm.
here and we can talk about morality and be like, no, no, don't say that. Look, I'm talking about reality here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? People are, they have their biases and so on and so forth. And if your kid comes out, dark, ugly, and stupid, kid's gonna have a hard fucking life.
Right.
Hmm.
That kid's gonna have
Right.
a hard fucking
And
life.
and
Don't do
and
that to the kid.
you know what? And because if people will clip this and put picket signs and everything like that, right?
Absolutely.
And so, but people are full of shit, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because when a person has a child that's either beautiful or intelligent or both, they brag all day about it, which is
Hmm.
cool because it's something to brag about, right? That's like that comes from you, and that's like, okay, hey, I made that, right? So I ain't mad at it. But they're not going to do it if they're not gonna be like, my child dumb as shit, ugly as a motherfucker. Like, they're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
do that, right? So for them to act like it's not important, it's cap. Because if your child comes out exceptionally beautiful or exceptionally smart, you're gonna tell everybody. So that
True.
means it's
Absolutely.
important to you.
Absolutely.
True.
Absolutely. Look, man, at the end of the day, what I mean? I know I'll be all right because I'm at least smart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm good on that end. If I was all the way fucked up, then ugh.
Mm-hmm. I got one more picture to get. So yeah.
So, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But in our business, man. Look, I'll even go as far to say this. One day I was watching Fox News, and damn near every fucking white woman on there was blonde, and I'm like, okay, all of you
Oh,
are
especially on
blonde.
Fox. Like that,
No,
those are like the
all of you are
Trump
natural.
clones, especially on
All,
Fox.
all of
I
you are
never
natural.
thought I could see a bunch of ugly white women in a big group until I saw Fox News. I'm like, those are some ugly white women.
Oh my
I
goodness.
did notice though that the news anchors over the years started getting sexier and wearing more makeup, heavily contoured lashes for days.
Tova. Here's the thing. I understand where you're going with this. I'll be real honest with you. She said, Heron, I agree with you, but if a person comes out pale, ugly, and stupid, it would be the same. Not so, because I'll say this now. There's a lot of brothers with some women out there who aren't that attractive, but they're just light skinned and they get picked.
You you're not talking about Tiny. Don't talk about Tiny like that. I love her music recipe.
But
Dang.
but, but that's a fact though.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of women out there who admit as fuck, but they're light skinned and they
What
pass and they get
what's
through.
even worse what's even worse about
I
Tiny
seen that.
though is that she had a bunch of work done and it still didn't. It's
Yeah,
No,
I noticed
it
that.
made her look worse though.
yeah.
Like it made her
New
look a
Heron is right.
lot
They still get
worse.
black men.
What did she look like though?
What does she
They
look
used to
like?
call
She
her Miss
looks
It
like
was
Miss
Piggy.
Piggy.
mild.
They used to call her Miss Piggy when
Yeah,
we were growing up. Yeah, back
yeah,
in the
She
she
day, they
looked
looks
used to
like
like
call her
Miss
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 Piggy
Piggy.
Piggy.
now. It ain't work then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the whole
It
point.
didn't
That's the
take.
whole
It didn't
point.
take.
She just looked like Miss Piggy with a BBL. That's pretty
Right.
much it.
And I think Miss Piggy done got a BBL at this
Yeah, I
point.
think so. Fuck it, right?
Child, didn't
Oh
her and
shit.
Kermit break up?
And
You
then I'll
know
be
what
like,
happened?
I hope this
He
is
said Fox News
Kermit the
anchors are
Frog.
hot. What is he looking at? Jay, you're lying. You're a liar.
What
You're
happened?
100%. He said the Fox News anchor women are hot. He's lying.
Stilettos and pencil skirts, nice calves.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep,
think the
that's what they
Fox
want to
Women's
always
women
give.
are
But
See,
stilettos and pencil
he's that
shells.
type of person where he just got that random bump on his lip. That's what that statement was. That's what that reminds me of.
Oh,
Just that one
so
cold sore that you don't know if it's a herpes or not.
the herp,
Jesus
So
just one
let's
Christ?
herp. That's one herp.
all right, since we're coming on the last half hour, I got
What's up?
some visuals. So the reason and to because people and then she black people specifically kept saying she wasn't cute. Yeah. Um, Sheldon said, Jen, to your little Kim point, the reason she did this to herself is because people in the industry, black people specifically, kept saying she wasn't cute. I'm not blaming nobody outside of that woman for what she did to herself.
Yeah,
That's
because
it.
it's up to us.
Self-esteem
It's
is
choices.
esteem of yourself.
Right. You got to make
I want to
choices.
be Faith
So
Evans so bad.
it's
I'll
like
say
I'll
it.
show you. I'll hurt me.
But
Right?
Yo,
That's essentially what happens.
yo,
Like, I'll show you. I'll chop my
1000%.
nose off.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
I'll keep them up
damn.
at night. That'll keep them up at night.
Let's look at CRK Frost. I see you backstage. Not sure if this is your first time here, but you have to show your face on the block. Okay, darling? All right. We see your face, we'll pull you up. So let's look at some of our favorites. And it's funny because I did a stream like this a long, long time ago, but let's do a refresher course. Yeah? Yeah. Let's look at some of our favorites. Now, all these artists are very adamant, okay, about power to the people of color, Latin, why they don't let the Latins in, why don't they let the black people in, power to the black girl magic, and blah, 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 we the people, we indigenous, right? Now, let's see how they present themselves. Okay? Let's take a fun peek. Because when you see these things collectively, it raises an eyebrow. You gonna raise an eyebrow, Lily.
I'm scared.
So if
You
you
better have thrown
notice,
delicious up in there.
oh, trans Latina, I did it
Yeah.
because I wanted to do the big pop act. Sorry, delicious. I wanted to do the big
That's
big
so
names.
drastic. Oh God.
Delicious is like, she's like completely like, I went by her page and I'm like, is that the same woman? Like,
Yeah,
Right.
she did a
Ooh.
whole 180. Like you would. She looked like a Puerto Rican chick in the Bronx walking down the block now.
She really do.
Oh my God. All right. So, one thing I do notice about people of color, the more white adjacent they are, the more they use dark people as props. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, here's one of our faves, right? Rihanna.
oh, damn.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
those are black
contrast.
people.
It's the contrast. It's the contrast.
Now,
But that's the
now,
novelty black I was talking about.
okay, but here's the thing, right? Now we're looking at this, and I know a lot of people, hey, that's Rihanna. It's Rihanna, Tristan. They're like, hey, Rihanna didn't know that was going to happen at that photo shoot. You just show up, and then they just put models there. She didn't.
Rihanna, who has a last say in every single decision. She's not Rihanna that
Everything.
just came out in 2005. She's billionaire Rihanna. Now keep continue.
Correct. Okay, we'll continue. J Balvin, one of the biggest reggaeton artists in the game right now. This motherfucker sells out arenas just like Bad Bunny. He's all about, hey, los Latinos and los Latinos. He can't do it in an award show without los Latinos and los Latinos, right? He does a music video, chooses the darkest part of the Dominican Republic, and this is what his music video looks like.
What the
Yes,
fuck?
yes, those are leashes.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, all right.
Interesting.
Yeah,
right.
those are
Looks like a Puerto Rican Eminem in there right now, but you know, what I mean,
Right.
he's I forgot what he is. I'm not sure.
L Marshall, whatever the fuck.
Right.
The fuck.
So that's J Balvin, but again, I am telling you, this is yet another artist who will go up on the Grammy, say Los Latinos are here, blah blah, and we're here. What complexion of Latinos, sir?
Yeah.
Which ones? Right? Okay, so we will move forward to Queen Bee.
Uh-oh.
Now, Queen Bee did a tribute to the Black Panthers during the Super Bowl. Oh, fuck, blackity black. Yes, I want to see. What is this?
Oh, all right.
Right.
So that light skinned one was right behind it.
Right.
And it just collapsed into a sea of dark skinned women.
Yes.
And then I just sent to the group chat before and after of Delicious. We got to include that because that's
Okay, good, because I didn't want to search for it. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
All right.
So again, we see. Oh my God, this picture you sent me, Lily.
I don't even have my phone with me. Man. I can't
I'll
even
put
see
it
this
up.
shit.
I'll put it up right now. Hold on. This is crazy. But again, keep in mind the topic are people of color demanding inclusion while capitalizing from being white adjacent. That's the topic. Is Beyonce capitalizing from looking like a white woman, long, light blonde hair with dark-skinned women, afroed, dark-skinned women flanking her and dancing behind her like her minions? Let's talk about this now, because there's a lot of worship for these celebrities when they yelling, Black Power, Black me, Black this, Africa, and then you show up on one of the most viewed, entertainment shows on television, the Super Bowl, in a long fucking blonde wig, flanked by afroed dancers. Now, let me tell you how she would have been real gangster. Because fine, bitch, stay blonde, whatever. But why didn't she have a blonde wig the same texture of her dancers?
Right. I was thinking that when that happened at that time period, because there was a lot going on around the afros. Like a lot of people were embracing the afros around that time.
Mhm.
Actually, that's how I got my afro wig, because it was around that time and it was such a big thing. And so that is exactly what I was thinking about. I'm like, dang, that's really weird that she's doing the whole long mane or whatever, but that's not, I don't remember a Black Panther, with a blonde lace front. I just don't remember that part.
Right.
Sorry.
So before we continue with Beyonce, let's have a commercial break with Delicious. Hi,
That's a
Delicious.
before and after for your ears.
And Lily, wait a minute. Even the before you got was after a lot of surgery.
No, I tried to look for one that had no surgery, exactly, but I couldn't find a before with zero surgery. Because yes, there is a lot of surgery in that before picture, and that is the closest before picture with to the real before that I can find.
How you go from a basically a Haitian to a Blasian woman? Like what the fuck is that?
See,
You're
but
Korean
now,
and black.
but here's the thing, Tristan. But here's the thing. This is the same woman who'll be like, blackity black all day. I'm black, black. You have, in my opinion, which is it? Because I'm cool with either one.
Right.
If you want to be white adjacent for more success, for more play, for more money, a bigger bag, great. However, if you hear somebody saying something about black women, you'd come a running because you're a black woman. Yet this is how you're presenting yourself to the world. So you should be fighting for Latinas or white women or Asian women. That's what you should be fighting for.
Something.
So they just left her with a nostril.
Yeah, pretty much. That woman ain't been black since Obama been in office.
She hate herself that much?
Okay.
That's crazy.
And
First time Obama.
let us remind you that before picture is not even the genuine before picture.
No.
So
New Diamond said black is whack. God damn it, man.
Yo,
You feel that
Blue
way?
Diamond has to wake up
Okay.
just angry. Like she wake up, she roll out that bed. She ain't brush her teeth yet, and
I don't know. Maybe like I said, maybe it's a
Bro.
Caribbean. Maybe Caribbeans think otherwise because black is the shit.
New Diamond
Okay,
look in
so
that
here-
mirror and just hate
but
everything.
hold on, Haran. The Caribbean girls I be seeing, they bleach more than the Caribbeans and them Africans. They love their bleach now.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I do see them. I do see them do that, but I've never adopted the idea that black is whack. I just can't do it. I've just never
honestly,
adopted that idea.
The black Americans, they're late to the party. Because like I was shocked when I started seeing the black Americans started doing it, and that was more in recent times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
like
I
it started in
got
Jamaica, no?
I got Delicious. I got Delicious before.
The real before.
Yep.
The real before.
I got Delicious before.
Okay, let's see this.
Yo, Tristan, you funny in the private chat.
She fucking around look Dominican.
So this is Delicious before she decided, I want to look Puerto Rican. This is Delicious before, okay? Just so you know. Now again.
Yeah, they got a PhD in skin bleaching in Africa. It's real deal.
I gotta ask a question to the chat. Why y'all hate being black? Why do you hate being a black person?
This is the thing. I talked to a lot. Yep, that's the real before.
Yeah, she looked like a Dominican.
Yep, that's the Delicious we met. Yeah.
So that's Delicious before. This is Delicious after.
Oh fuck.
Oh
No,
my
fuck.
God. She was. I'm just saying. I'm gonna be honest. In
Like if
that
I didn't
picture,
see her, if I didn't see her within the span of time that she progressed into this other human being, and I visited her at her home, I'd be like, "Hey, ma'am, how you doing? I'm here to see Delicious. Does she happen to be home at the moment in time?" I'm like, "Oh,
Sure.
Ron, it's me."
is
It's
she a
me, Haran.
I'm
is
like,
she
"Me
a
who?"
stripper? Because that original photo, she looked like she was a stripper.
Uh,
No,
define
not
I
that.
stripper.
No,
don't think she was.
She
no,
looked like
she's just,
that.
she's an Instagram booty girl, but not actually
Yeah.
in the strip joint.
She
So
looks
that's
like
her
a very
before,
bad. Was the IG what in the 2001? That's what it looked
after.
like.
So again, the hypocrisy because people will uphold this woman and she's a black woman. She black girl mad, but no, but she didn't even want to look like this. She didn't want the wide nose. She didn't want the
Hmm.
big jaw. She didn't want that complexion. She wanted this. This is what she wanted.
She,
Translatina.
So
she
here,
looked
So
I
like an
mean,
alien.
again, the chat. Can someone answer this question? Why do y'all hate being black?
Oh, this is
Why
this
does
is what I'm
why
about to say.
does what's going on over here?
So I've talked to a lot of Africans about this because it does puzzle me. It really does, right?
Hmm.
Especially Africans, right? I'm just so confused, right? And as I've stated a million times, I love melanin. The more melanin, the better for me, right? So I'm just like, damn, you're stripping away this is me, I'm taking shit personal, like what I feel like is one of your most beautiful features, right? Like, what the fuck? And unanimously, they all pretty much say that it is for a better life. They said it's white is associated with wealth, class, and things like that. Here they said it's serious. Like they literally tell me like it's serious. Like that, it is a real thing. So they feel the pressure to, in order to get hired, better jobs, get promotions, and things like that, that they need to bleach their skin. They say it's a real thing. And a lot of them try to convince me, and I don't know because I don't live there, I don't have the firsthand experience, but a lot of them try to convince me that it's not self-hate, it's self-preservation.
Okay, so here with New
survival
Diamond.
like a motherfucker.
So here with
Survival.
New
So,
here with New Diamond right now. Now, this is
mm-hmm.
one of the reasons why I do have a degree of respect for this woman because she will say with a chest. And
Consistent.
she will unapologetically say this shit. She said most black women want to compete with the preferences of black men. And when you hear your own men, and you see this is the kind of these are the kind of statements that people need to say so we can have the honest and tough conversations. We like to dance around the topics, but this is the shit right here. I might have that as my avatar. I'm kind of feeling it now that I'm looking at it again. Technically, I'm kind of built like a pit bull. You
And
know
this
what I
is
mean?
and that statement came from a black woman.
You know what I mean? And to here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can understand and have a degree of empathy and understand what's happening. I'm not a black woman, but I'm trying to get it, and I'm trying to get what's happening. And there are there are reports, there's data saying that black women are the least desired on dating apps and so on and so forth. Them and Asian men. So I don't know what that does to the psyche. Plus, when we discuss slavery and so on and so on and so forth, what happened on the plantations, black women didn't feel protected, so on and so forth, whatever. It's a long history of black women being not desired and being told that this is the standard of beauty. It looks nothing like you. So I don't know what that does to a generation of women. And from a human perspective, if you're constantly in a world where you're being told that everything that is beautiful looks nothing like you, is it safe to say that at some point in time it is going to affect you subconsciously and you're going to do things to alter your appearance in order to feel closer to what that is so you can feel beautiful?
Well,
So
That's
is
it.
Haran,
that
That's it.
should we throw
don't I,
BBLs in that?
Hmm.
yeah, don't I, BBLs I think is different. It's
Okay.
morphing into something else. I think it started as the male gaze, but women are like, it's kind of like the survival thing. Like, I can get a bigger bag. You know, they don't. It's to the point where they don't even give a fuck that men are looking at them. It's like, I can get a bigger
Feels
bag.
It feels kind of kinkish too. Like
Yeah,
It
it's
does.
like
It does.
yes.
this is diving into kink too.
And
It does.
I really do think that it's as extreme as it is. I really do think it's this generation's tattoos. Like back in the day, was everybody got a tattoo? That's what was in it. That made you look. Now it's like everybody's self mutilating as the new
Yeah.
trendy thing. Like, oh, you got your BBL. People used to be embarrassed about plastic surgery. They wanted to hide that they got nose jobs, boob jobs. Now they're literally, look, I got my blood bags. I'm carrying my blood bags. I got lipo. I got the
No,
scars. I
Jen and
got.
Haran, do y'all remember when weaves were embarrassing? When weaves were shameful? Do you remember? Oh, that's because you got a weave in your head. That was like people would be like, they'd be checking to see if their tracks are showing because it was like the secret. It was like the most shameful thing to have a hair weave.
Mhm. And Haran, don't we talk about this
We
behind
do.
the scenes when you
We
tell
do.
me when we spoke about Tommy Sotomayor and why black women are reacting, blah, blah, what did I say to you? What
You
did I
said to me,
say?
this is how the discussion happened, ladies and gentlemen. I was not privy to a lot of what Tommy was saying. I just realized a lot of his ideas, and I was like, man, this guy's fucking disgusting. Like, what the fuck is he coming with all this? I did not know that he preceded Cynthia G. Then it started making sense, because by him saying those things and him being on that platform and him constantly spewing those ideas, well, yeah, obviously maybe it would result in someone or uh, the antithesis finding a space to respond to that in the form of Cynthia G or other divestors. So it makes sense. Now, my thing is that at the end of the day, the only thing I'm seeing, only thing that my eyes are seeing are two ends of black people who hate themselves, who
Mm-hmm.
want to destroy themselves, who
Mm-hmm.
want to erase themselves, and who in the end put the people that a sect of people that put them in the place that they are in, whether it was directly or indirectly, they
Mm-hmm.
put them in there, and now they see those people as the savior for them because they want to erase the trauma of blackness because it's become so synonymous with trauma. This shit is some deep shit when you actually kind of think about
Right,
it.
but when we went deeper, and you were asking, like, we're not asking, but we were discussing why black women are striking out at black
Yes,
men, why they're
yes,
preferring to
yes,
divest. I said, you're
yes.
talking about a demographic of women who have been told since they were little, you're not preferred by the men that look like you. They pit black women. They tried to do it to me. They pit black women against anything but black, Latin, white, Asian, Filipino now, Colombian now with the trash port bros. They have been pitted. I couldn't imagine a world where my entire life, men that look like me, speak my language, we listen to the same music, we eat the same food, we have the same family, we have the same traditions. And all my life I had to fights. All jokes aside, okay? All my life, all I hear is that those men, my uncles, my brothers, my cousins, my sons, don't want me. They want the Latina, the white girl, the Asian, the Filipino, the Colombian, anything but me. So when I see these women, that's why I say, love it or hate it, Cynthia G is a necessary evil. And I really do wish, whether you like it or not, that there were 10 of her. Because one is not enough. And of course, it's horrible that, black people are fighting each other and there's a gender war. But if there's no Cynthia G, Tommy Sotomayor's, and all the people like him, you'll just hear one voice of black men bashing black women continuously, constantly. That shit is abusive. So
It
long
is.
live Cynthia G and anybody else who comes after her, because here's what's not happening. This is why I say long live Cynthia G. And black men, this is about y'all. Y'all are not going to stand up to Tommy Sotomayor. Y'all are not going to make YouTube channels praising black women, saying black women are la creme de la creme, the best thing on the planet. Now, you post up Iman every now and then. You'll post up Naomi Campbell every now and
Kelly
then and
Rowland.
say, Kelly Rowland, like, yeah, they think the Band-Aid is posting Kelly Rowland and saying that you always liked her better than Beyonce. It's not enough. So when you have constant, all these YouTube channels of black men bashing black women and praising that white bitch, that football linebacker looking white bitch, burly things, when you have that and black women are watching this, the good guys, the good black men, y'all not going to start YouTube channels praising black women or having black women in your studio and talking about how wonderful they are. Y'all not going to do that. Y'all not going to do that. So long live Cynthia G and any other woman that's defending black women vehemently. She's a necessary evil. Now, is she an extremist, just like a Tommy Sotomayor? Yes. But if not for Cynthia G, who is going to speak on behalf of protecting black women? Black men are not going to do it. Y'all are good. Y'all are chilling. Y'all are wanted by the Filipinas and the Asians and the Latins and the club. Y'all are wanted. So y'all good. You're comfortable. Black women are not comfortable. They're constantly being, you're not this, you're not that. I want her instead of you. I want her constantly. That's a fucking hell. It's a hell. And I'll pause there.
I've heard young black ladies say they listen to black men on social media, so they bleach their skin. Even gay black men barely date each other. Just from New Diamond. She's saying some truths tonight.
Yes, she is, because that's true tea.
See, this is the kind of statements that I look for. I don't like. I hate when y'all motherfuckers be beating around the bush, because you beat around the bush, and I know you're saying other things when the cams are down and you're amongst your friends. See, these are the statements that I like to read, because then we can dig even deeper. Because Lily, I recall I've talking to you about this, and I said that I was like, I have never seen a gay black man in a relationship with another black man. I told Lily that, and she explained it to me. And she explained it to me.
Not in the mainstream. And even when I was still, dating and relationships and stuff like that, that was one of the many reasons why I would keep my men hidden, because I'm like, I'm trying to rise up in my career, and I'm looking around and I'm not seeing this black love being celebrated in the industry that I'm in. I'm noticing anyone that's from my community that is making it, they're all coupled with white people, or they're single, or they're not putting their partner out there on display. And so it's a real thing, because I felt the pressure, and not just felt the pressure, but was actually told.
Jay Cavassier said they have a whole black woman empowerment sector on YouTube. Who's manning it? Is that black woman empowerment sector? Is it manned by men? Is it men?
Look,
it men on you, or is it women? Because of course women are going to have women empowerment. Is there a sector on YouTube? Please share it with us.
Okay.
Please share it with us.
This is what we're not going to do tonight. We're not going to do this tonight, fellas. Okay, you motherfuckers be up in the chat, be calling me a fucking simp because I'm not dragging the women when they come up here. Okay. If I actually have something, beneficial and nice to say about women and so on and so forth, you motherfuckers be the first ones to call me a simp. Okay? So what Jen is actually saying is that there aren't any black men out there with channels, and they surround themselves with black women, and they uplift black women, and so on and so forth. And if they actually did that, you motherfuckers would be calling that nigga a simp. You would.
Amen.
Okay, so stop it.
We need that bomb, shit. Tristan. We need that bomb, Tristan.
That shit, because you be the first ones to call up and degrade that motherfucker, degrade the women on there, and turn it into an argument about yourself. Right. So stop.
That was the point.
We're not going to do that tonight. Talk about some other shit, but don't lie. Don't be up in here playing in nobody's face.
They would jump at the chance to drag a black woman, but then when a black woman is being dragged, silence, head turned. I watch it.
And when she's being defended, like Haran said, whoever's defending her is the simp. Right. So she can't win. She can't win.
Unless it's your daughter. Or you're connected to that woman.
Right.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. That's the cognitive dissonance that I have never been able to understand. I'm like, you have a daughter, you have a mother, you have an aunt that you say you love, you have a grandmother. Like all of these women look like your grandmother looks like these women you're dragging. Your mother and your daughter are these women you are dragging. Like the way you're treating these women, men are going to treat your daughter like this. This is the society that, it's just a weird. I've never
So
been able to
let
understand that.
so let me. I'm gonna go back to the pictures. I got like three more. Um. So check out these pictures, right? And this is, honey, this is the queen bee, the biggest pop star on the planet right now that black women love. Ooh, they love. I saw yesterday's woman traveled from like, I think New York to Sweden because the tickets out there are cheaper. They're like $800 instead of like a fucking thousand. She flew and oh God, she said, black women love them some Beyonce. Okay.
Wasn't it the same amount of money just flying there?
I don't know. She had a deal. She was using her flyer miles or some shit like that. She had worked it out so it's cheaper.
Oh, okay.
So
Because my bestie does that. My bestie's a flight attendant, and he'll go to concerts where it's cheaper at.
yeah. So this is Beyonce. Now Beyonce, I'll give her this. I don't think she's the brightest crayon in the box. Do what you want with that information. She's a country bumpkin who is very sheltered. They shuffled her from baby pageants to toddler pageants to teen pageants, and then Destiny's Child happened. Yes, Tristan.
Star Search.
Star Search, and then Destiny's Child happened, and then her father had a plan for Destiny's Child. So I truly believe that this is learned behavior from her daddy, possibly her mother, because her mama's Creole. They light skin, you know what I mean? They got that good hair. They the good blacks, right? Okay, they're the fancy blacks, as some people would say, right?
And Matthew is very colorist.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So I do believe that this was the brainchild of Matthew Knowles. However, I do believe that it's perpetuated by Beyonce, and she doesn't mind capitalizing off of it. So take a look at Destiny's Child. Now, you've probably never seen this way before, but she is literally using the other two women as her frame. No different than this. Do you notice the pattern? Hold on. Do you notice the pattern? Mm-hmm. And these are black people using other black people as frames. You're darker than me, therefore you can flank me. Okay, you're darker than me, therefore you can be my frame. Destiny's Child, same thing. She's always in the middle. She's always the lightest, and she's always blonde. Have you ever in your life seen Destiny's Child anywhere, any age, at any shape or form where Kelly was blonde or Michelle was blonde? Not happening.
It was in their contract. They couldn't. I did know that. I've seen that with my own eyes.
Really? It was in their contract. Yes. Let me ask you a question. You ladies, you are more so, I would say, on the glamour side of things than I am. As a musician. So, I mean, from what I'm seeing, maybe she's light skinned. Maybe it's because she's light skinned, so it's creating an illusion. Is there just a little bit more lighting on her than it is for the girls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got the better lighting. Yeah, I'm a lighting fanatic, and yeah, she has the better lighting. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
Clearly.
I'm sure.
Because I'm looking at the photo, and I'm like, wait a minute, is there a little bit more shadow, girls? It just looks interesting.
So again,
that was the other issue that Farrah was having when she joined the group. She was the other light-skinned girl. And that wasn't.
I can see that.
And she was pretty.
See that.
Beautiful girl too. Yes, Farrah got a body on her, boy,
with them green eyes and all that.
Yes,
stuff.
Yes, indeed. I can see. I can see
boobs.
I can see the camera. You know what I mean? Going to a couple of more times than Beyonce, and after a while, brothers would have been like, "Yo, Farrah kind of."
So again, I'm asking, are people of color demanding inclusion while capitalizing from being white adjacent? When I see Beyonce talking about black this, black that, you are capitalizing off of being white adjacent, and further insult to injury, and not just Beyonce. Any black artist that does this, any Latin artist that does this, sir, You, sir, are capitalizing. Those two dark-skinned women are Dominican. They are Latino like you, sir. Yet you deemed it okay for them to be crawling on all fours on leashes. And you felt okay when they put those leashes in your hand. You said, yep, this is a look right here. This is a vibe. I'm going to walk two dark-skinned Dominican women who are Latino like me on leashes. And this is a vibe. This is good. You got the camera ready and action.
Snoop
You
Dogg
thought
did the
that
same
was
thing.
okay. Yes,
And
Snoop Dogg did it. Oh,
did.
I dragged Snoop Dogg for that shit.
That was
Right.
okay.
And you thought it was okay. So let's see. I mean, maybe, it's just a thing that Beyonce does, no fault of her own, right? Shit happens. As you guys know, the Bailey sisters are signed to Beyonce, right? Chloe Bailey, Halle Berry. She discovered them. They're under her wing, right?
Does Beyonce know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were talking about that before. So let's just see for shits and giggles. Let's just see how Chloe Bailey is being marketed. Yeah, just for fun.
Oh, Jay, if you think Jay says, I'm sure the artists don't really think too deeply on it, to be fair. No, I just told you stories from the industry. Like we are in the industry. These folks are told to their face, you're too black, you're dark skinned, you need to fix your nose. Like you look too ethnic. This is all the time. This is almost every day. Like,
Let me tell y'all something.
First of all, there's no fair in the industry. And if you were in those boardrooms, you'd probably run out screaming and crying. If you were in the boardrooms where those conversations were being had, you drop your teacup.
Let me tell y'all something. Okay. And even in men are not absolved of this. Do not think for a second. Men, you know what I mean, are resistant to this. There are, you know what I mean. I've seen execs actually tell other rappers, male rappers, that only sign rappers who men want to be like and women want to fuck. A particular rapper that I know who was actually, he was actually pretty good. He couldn't get a deal because he was neither of which. He's kind of goofy backpacker dude. It was what it was, but it is what it is. Like, for instance, D'Angelo, when he got in shape, you think somebody didn't put the bug in his ear and be like, yo, go get in shape? You think he just said, fuck it, let me just go to Planet Fitness or whatever and see what happens? No, somebody said, yo, we're gonna package you. We got a plan. We have a vision for this particular rollout. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. We're gonna get you with this fucking trainer. You know what I mean? He actually got caught up in it and loved what he did and what he was doing. And then boom, the motherfucker created history. And let me tell you something. During that time, if you was in the industry at that time, that motherfucker was the biggest thing going after that goddamn video. Okay, the biggest thing going after that goddamn video.
Now he's just the biggest guy in the room.
And
pretty much.
I was about to say he had a whole breakdown behind that shit.
Yeah, he did.
He got the success and everything, but they turned him to somebody that he wasn't, and that fucked him up. He said it, many, many times in many interviews, like, and even his ex Angie Stone.
Here's the wait. Let me just say something really quickly. With Jay Cavassier, and this is good. We teach here on the block, okay? I was thinking more about the colorism optics, I guess. I know when I'm in a room with dark-skinned women.
Oh.
When dark-skinned women, if a dark-skinned woman walks into a room where it's just light-skinned women or white women, she knows she's a dark-skinned woman. No one's that naive or stupid, especially an artist. They could be narcissistic. They could be, you know what I mean? They're meticulous about their work. They know exactly, okay, that they have two dark-skinned people, all right, next to them. No different than they know if their shirt matches their heels. All right? There's no such thing as I don't see color. They know that they're bringing in two dark-skinned human beings to flank them. And they have the power when you're at the level of a Rihanna, when you're at the level of a J Balvin, when you're at the level of a Beyonce, you have a say. You could be like, excuse me, what's going on?
Right.
Are y'all serious? You have the power. And this is why I'm saying that if you bring up the word black to any of these artists, or oppression or whatever. Power to the people. Yet you are the same artist that will stand there and let yourself be marketed, okay, with dark skinned people framing you. You are full of shit. Because black people are not props, ma'am, sir. But these light skinned artists or these Latin artists don't give a fuck long as they're winning. So it goes back to what Haran said. You don't give a fuck about oppression. You just don't want to be the one getting oppressed. But you don't really give a fuck. Right?
Mhm.
So let's just, maybe this is just a fluke, right? Beyonce, colorism, what's that? So let me show you how Chloe Bailey is being marketed. Chloe Bailey and her sister, they are under the Beyonce management, right? This is how Chloe Bailey is being marketed.
Oh, I never saw that.
You never saw that?
No, I never saw that. You know what I mean, or noticed that with the, she had black women around. She's still this little girl to me. Like I saw it
Yeah,
when she was like, and I
me
was in the
too.
studio with her, so I can't see her certain ways.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
What does
look
she
at,
do?
so I circle, she's a
She's a
singer, an
singer. She's a
actress.
singer.
So I circled, look at who's flanking Chloe Bailey, an artist that's on Beyonce's label.
Mm.
Kind of reminiscent, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's the
Damn.
contrast.
Damn. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I'm gonna go one more further. I got one more for you, right? Maybe this would just stop here. Maybe it's just, because in the 90s, that's how people were being marketed, okay. Well, let's see how Blue Ivy's being marketed. Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Oh
Uh-oh.
boy.
Just see. This can't be generational. This is gonna stop in the 90s. It was rougher back then.
Hmm.
Oh, god damn.
Wow.
Got to be more careful.
And we're still saying it's an accident.
God damn, I didn't even notice that shit.
I didn't notice it too, but I didn't. But then again, I didn't
Ah,
watch that full thing. So
So
yeah,
so
god
so
damn.
so so let's recap, class. So we have boom, boom, artist signed to your label. Boom, boom.
Damn.
Next generation. Boom.
Hmm.
images are important.
But
They're
you know what's
they're
the real
subliminal.
hypocrisy? You know what's the real hypocrisy? When Miley Cyrus was doing that shit, it was a big deal.
Tristan.
Gather concern, yes. Yes, it's like
Hey.
I can picture Beyonce pulling Chloe to the side and like, let me show you how to get this money, baby. We gonna get
Let
you,
me
we
show you
gonna
how to
get
get this money, baby.
So for people who still insist that no, I don't, it can't be. Do you know? First of all, any child, my daughter used to audition, things like that. Anybody in the industry, okay? When you have control of your own career and it's your child, these little girls they have headshots.
Yes.
These little girls have headshots. They're in the business. They have to be seen by casting. Casting. Okay? These little girls have to be cast in the project. So what they do is they gather pictures, they sit down with production. Okay? These two little girls were picked. This was not an accident. Okay? Just like they were chosen. Okay? Just like they were chosen. Okay? Just like they were chosen. Just like they were chosen. There's a whole lot of shit that goes on before the director yells action or the photographer is ready to take 1,000 pictures. Again, I ask the question, do people of color demand inclusion while capitalizing from being white adjacent? They made Chloe blonde with two dark skinned women and not only flanking her on the fucking bottom,
Mm-hmm.
on the fucking bottom, like two a vase and a plant.
Jesus Christ,
You know
man.
what else I just thought about too? The other thing I just thought about too with the agencies, they have a cap, like a 3 to 5 person dark person cap that
Yeah.
they sign per agency. You know that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's if you're lucky. So they'll tell when I was helping when I was taking her from agency to agency to agency, we already have our cap of
Yep.
black women. We have four.
Yep.
Just to
So
let you
hold on.
guys know,
A
got
wall full of white girls. Wall full of white girls. We have four. We have a cap. That's it.
Yeah.
they do the same thing in corporate America. It's the nigga quota. It's just the adjacent to what a nigga quota is. But to Jen's, this is kind of off topic, but it kind of pertains to what Jen says about beauty. And a lot of people tend to tell her that she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's all about the mind. It's all about getting into the woman's mind. If you have her
No shade.
here,
No
if you have
shade.
her, if you have her here, you have her.
That's all you need.
This
That's
is
all
all you
she,
hear
you ain't even got a
when
bugger. You ain't got to tell
when
you.
when D'Angelo came out with Brown Sugar. He had some fans. He had some fans. Some chicks was digging him because those songs were dope. When that motherfucker became 5% body fat, and he had abs. That shit was some other shit. Let me tell you something. There was women saying, "Take it off." Motherfucker ain't even been on stage 5 fucking seconds. Women ready to tear this guy's clothes off. This is the reason why this man was traumatized, because clearly he never lived a life where he was that guy. If he had a
Nor did he
life where
want
he
to.
exactly, like if he had a life where he was that guy and he had a run, it would have been another day at the office for him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is what I mean. This is I'm back. He didn't just want to be like, I'm back. It is what it
Mhm.
is. You know what I mean? But he never experienced that. So for him, it was catatonic. But to Jen's point, here it is. These women saw that man, and they saw muscles, and then they saw a chiseled jaw, and they said, "I want
And
to
I
get
started
on
looking
that
at the
shit."
TV like this. I started trying to tan down.
Shit, my
Everybody
Move it.
did
goddamn
that. Everybody
my
did that.
grand
Move it.
look, listen, my grandmother did that shit. Okay, I'm looking at my grandmother. She didn't know I was in the room for a second. I'm looking at her. I'm like, "Yo, grandma." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, yeah, you forgot I was in the fucking room. Like,
Oh
So
God.
Kari is keeping hope alive. He said, so this can't be Beyonce trying to big up dark skinned women because her awareness of colorism. She does have a song called Brown Skin Girl that talks about it.
Kyrie, your brother.
That's
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something. Man. When you're dealing in show business, nothing, absolutely nothing, especially if they're hugely successful, nothing is by accident.
mm-mm. And
Nothing.
And
especially if their
even
name is Beyonce and she's a Virgo. It's not
and even
happening.
though, even though, even though, even though I respect him, he is the GOAT. He has 95% of what I know about music is because of this man.
Tristan.
I have never seen Prince in a video with a dark skinned woman. And you will never see Prince in a video with a dark skinned woman. And he told Alexander O'Neal, the reason why you'll never blow nigga because you're too black. And Alexander O'Neal took that with him, and he was traumatized after he said that. Yes, Prince told him that nigga, you're too black. That's why
Who?
you'll never be big.
If
Yep.
if these people knew what we knew behind the scenes of how their faves
That
are,
that big fat woman that he had in New Power Generation. That
yeah,
well, it was,
I forget
oh, they used
Rosie, Rose,
Rosie
Rosie.
Gaines, Rosie
Yep.
Gaines. They used to have her wrapped up in big ass coats and surrounded by people dancing and shit like that. Yeah, they used to have jokes for her. They used to clown her. They used to tear her to pieces and shit like that behind the scenes.
She remember
You
they
know
used
what
to
I mean?
steal Martha Warshaw and push her out the damn door.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
So
it's a big,
vicious
it's
in
a
these
big,
streets.
it's a big puppet show, right? It's a big puppet show. It's bells and whistles. Oh my Begatron, as he points out, a black man wrote Brown Skin Girl. They build these artists, they give them a certain image. Whenever something's popping, like I saw Beyonce with the rainbow flags one time, she's like, oh, now she's LGBT, and I'm like, Beyonce, you don't even speak on anything. Okay, so when Colin Kaepernick was popping, let's send Beyonce out there to give him an award. But you don't speak about any of this. Somebody writes you a song, and it's like, oh, I know what we'll do this time in Super Bowl. Let's do Black Panther. All the girls are wearing afros. Who are all the girls? Not me. The dancers could wear afros. I ain't wearing no black afro. I'm a blonde.
Jay, what's Jay saying? What's Simon's opinion on all this? I think his input and keen insight is really needed here. Well, Jay, Simon doesn't know how to follow simple fucking directions. So this is why Simon is not up here actually providing his keen wit and insight.
That would be hilarious, because then he'll talk. Well, you know Beyonce. But then last week I was making a sandwich, and the sandwich went off to the bridge and over the pond. What?
I'm like, and listen, I'm so dumb. I always have like hope. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the time where I understand something. This is gonna be the time. Yeah, well, you've known him a little longer.
You know, he's like the British version of that Southern aunt that just be talking, and you don't know what the fuck she be talking about, but for some strange reason she just can't talk. She can't stop talking. And
you just wait for the cousin to come get you.
Exactly.
And her house always hot in the summertime. She always gonna invite you in. Ain't got no air conditioning. Girl, and you want
people that talk with no end, like no periods. They don't put periods on their shit. Drive me fucking crazy. And they go from subject to Lily. Lily. I mean, no periods, not a fucking, throw a comma in there, bitch. Throw a comma in there so I could breathe.
A semicolon.
Anything.
They land no planes. They land no planes, man.
Nowhere.
They gonna crash. They gonna crash that motherfucker. This shit gonna run out of gas.
The Queen says, I wish the American government would reclassify the official term of our race. The term black is yeah, I don't, hopefully when, I'm going to get into that when I have, the Afro-Latino, panel discussion, and we're going to talk about that because I know two of them identify as black. You know,
I just need racial non-binary on the form and I'm safe. That's it. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Question. Is that show going to be, Latina, or do you want a people of color? Because I have a couple of Indian people. You know, that's huge. And
I want anyone of color. The only reason I'm incorporating the Black Latinos or the Afro Latinos is because I was shocked to see how many people didn't know that they exist. So, but I want it to be ethnicity, race, colorism. So everybody's welcome. Anyone who's had an issue or a question, whether it's about bleaching or black or light or ethnicity or nationality, because you know there's arguments about that too. You know there's difference between race, nationality, and whatever. And you know, and I don't subscribe to black as an identity, and some people do. So it's going to be interesting because I know for a fact the Afro Latinos that I'm inviting, two of them. They identify as black. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So if you know somebody, if y'all in the chat and you want a piece of that, you know what I mean, next week, feel free to come on up. There's
a reason why I'm asking that, because we have these conversations in the black community. We've heard this and so you know how as black people we think we the only ones.
Yes.
With all, you know, and I was like, it'd be great to show that we're just not as, you know, like, come on out. Like
we have a lot more in common. We got a lot more in common than we don't. So it's going to be interesting. So if you could get Indian people, it'd be even better, because it's like, I want to show, right? This is just across the board, across the diaspora. Right, across the board. And I'll try to get a white Tino too. I think Radical Latino, he's been trying to collab with me. I believe he's a white Tino. So I'll get him up here too, so he can give his side of presenting as white. You know what I mean? Because they have a different experience.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like for you all to understand that the three of us, one thing that we are not self-righteous people. We don't knock hustles on this side of thing, and we understand power. You understand why you motherfuckers might be wanting to do certain things. We just ask, are you, and why are you doing that shit?
And we see you.
And we
And
see
we
you,
see you.
Right. And we
basically.
see you.
Exactly. Because guess what? You know what I mean? Each and every one of us uses our privilege to a certain degree.
Fuck right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Shit.
I'm like, for instance, I have a degree of privilege. Some people tend to think that I'm, rather large and rather aggressive looking, or, I'm saying intimidating, and to a certain degree. That helps if I'm in the middle of Brownsville at 2 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean? That
Mm.
definitely helps. Does it
Why are you
help when the
outside at
police
2
are,
a.m.?
now when it mind your business, young man. Now when someone is on the when there's an APB out and the description fits mine, that's when that privilege turns into a handicap. You know what I mean? So it depends on what side of the fence you on.
Yeah.
It goes back to what we said about being humble. If you have any, and we all have a certain type of privilege, you just have to figure out what your privilege is, because everybody does.
Everybody.
Don't think that privilege is synonymous with white. Everybody has a privilege somewhere, somehow, either in your family, at your job, outside. Everybody has some sort of privilege where you can speak for someone else that doesn't have it. Everybody has a privilege.
Right.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Dear white people, for me specifically, if you come to me and say, "Oh, I don't see color," I'm a white guilt the fuck out of you for some money. I'm letting you know that right now. I do it every time. I feel that's my own little reparations. I have made over thousands of dollars doing that. Like, "Oh, Tristan, I don't see color." You know what, Miss Natasha, I got these bills, and it's so hard for a black man in this country. I'm guarantee you I'm getting some money.
Oh
Okay?
my
I got this
goodness.
GoFundMe.
What type of begging is that, Tristan? You just
What?
remixed it.
No, no, no,
Jay
no, no, no.
Cavassier, how old are you,
I
bruh?
think I
How old
remember
are
he's
you?
32. You know, my
Okay.
memory
He's
is
in
like
his
an elephant.
30s.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, good.
32 or
He's in
33.
He's in
Okay,
his
good.
early
Early 30s.
30s.
Early
All right,
Early
30s for
good.
30s.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to have the young people around.
I
Okay.
love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need another 30-year-old because they be saying fucking names I've never heard in my life.
I keep forgetting you're like what? You're like 15, some shit like that.
Yo, relax, relax, relax.
15, 30. It's all the same when you get my age, brother.
Right.
It's like you
What?
all
Tristan, do you know who Color Me Bad is?
What?
there you go. See, and a 15-year-old wouldn't know who the fuck Color Me Bad is either. So you're all in the same
If
fucking
you
boat.
maybe
I
if you
like
play
you.
it,
Oh,
Yo,
Queen
Jay,
is
let
20.
me
is that
say,
a show or
Jay,
a group? Is
Queen
that
is
a group?
20.
Jay, Jay, who hurt you, baby? Who hurt you? Like, I don't be asking you questions to shame
No,
you.
he's
He's
being
so
silly. No,
sensitive.
he's
Wait,
being
the
silly.
queen, the queen
He's
is
being
the queen is
20. That's
20.
yeah, she's 20.
Oh,
Jesus,
thank God.
Go
Jesus,
ahead.
Hey,
I
let me.
love it. I love the young people around. Because last time I
Jesus.
asked Jay something like, "Is that you in your profile?" He was like, "Yeah, why? A cartoon?" Well, because I was like, "It looked like a fucking AI or a cartoon image." No, why I gotta be? I'm like, relax, honey. You're
Shit
safe
is
and
crazy. Shit is
relaxed.
really
Well, you
crazy when you kind of think about what the numbers that they're spitting out. Because I'm about to be 44 in August, and it's like, wow, man. You know, what I mean, this motherfucker's 20. This motherfucker's 19. There was a
So
time
everybody
when
gotta respect me because I'm the matriarch. How old are you, Lily? You younger than me. I
42.
see. Oh,
But
you younger than Run.
yeah, I know.
mm-hmm.
See, I'm the mama then. That's it.
But you
I'm gonna take advantage. I'm the
Well,
mama. Bring me the remote control.
oh, well, I'm gonna treat you like my mama. Not listen. That's why I got thrown out the house. That's why I got
See,
thrown out the house every
see.
goddamn.
Kari is 45.
Okay, are we 45?
Kari's 45.
Hmm.
Tristan's the baby. No, I think Spro Show is the baby now.
no,
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 Spro, I think,
yeah,
is the baby. I think
Yes, bro.
Spro is the
Should
baby.
yeah,
I think
Spro is the
Spro is the
let's
baby. Well,
youngest.
no, the queen is 20. The queen is
yep.
20 then. The queen is
Because
the
Oh,
Queen
baby.
yeah,
Bit
the
B.
queen is 20. Yeah, you're right. I already
So the,
forgot.
the queen is the baby. But I mean, for
Yep.
coming up on the panel, Spro, I
Hmm.
believe Spro is funny. Oh my God. He
Yeah,
was
he
here
is.
earlier. So
Hmm.
tonight was enlightening. It was different. It was a different spin. I just like making people think. You could do what you want with that information. I'm just saying, don't believe these artists and these pop stars who are waving, you know what I mean? Whether it's the rainbow flag, the black flag, the Puerto Rican flag, the black power to the people flag. A lot of these pop stars are full of shit. They're literally given things to sing and do and say by a whole PR team and a whole marketing team. Like, don't fall for the bullshit. Don't be a prop if you're a person of color. Don't fucking be a prop for nobody. Fuck them people. Fuck the light-skinned dudes. And I'm saying it as a light-skinned dude. Fuck them people.
Mm-hmm.
Good, Jay. That's the goal. All right, mi familia. Do you have any other parting words? Matter of fact, how dark are you, Tristan? I forgot. I know I saw your picture because I'm gonna do
I think he's
pictures
a
and I'm
little
gonna have.
darker than me. I think he's a little darker than me. I think
Okay, so I'm
Tristan's
gonna
a little
have
It all
Haran
depends on the day. To be honest, my
I'm gonna
skin
have her.
changes.
I'm gonna have Haran and Tristan flank me.
darker.
Put my
Yo,
pictures
yo,
in.
yo! I swear to you, she's the most consistent person. She always picks on the two African Americans on the panel. I'm not saying she's racism, but I
I'm not just
feel
racist.
as a black man in this country, I need $5 for those reparations.
And listen. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it real colorist. I'm gonna have Haran. You have your hand out, and I have my teacup there, right? And then I'm gonna do just like they do in Hollywood. And Tristan, you could like bend down on one knee, and I'll be
I,
sitting on your leg like this.
I was about to say, yeah, you got to be sitting, yep,
I
or
gotta
your
do it
leg,
like they do with the models, right? Like,
yeah, mm-hmm,
yep.
or your legs rested
Or
on
you know
one
what we
of
should
them.
do? We should do. I should get a beat up hoodie, and you choke me the fuck out like I'm on the subway.
Or you could do it,
Wait, too soon?
Tristan,
Too soon?
Too
or
soon,
you could,
too
Tristan,
soon,
or,
Tristan.
Too soon?
No,
too
Too
soon.
soon?
no.
Too
you could
soon?
do it like I do it when I was actually when I was actually in a rock band. I put myself in the middle and I had them white boys in the back.
There you go.
Put them fucking white boys in the back.
No, you.
She got the
Tristan, what is
god
wrong
damn.
with you?
She was rocking the Puerto Rican forehead that day. I was just
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
where he pull
Tristan,
that up? Like he got that out of nowhere.
Oh,
He
what
fast.
the
listen,
hell?
listen. Jen is a whole meme archive,
oh
and she
my
doesn't
Yo,
god.
know it.
I forgot
she.
that.
I have to do
A
a
gift. You need to do like,
medley.
yeah,
I gotta
like
do
a
a
gift
medley of all the
medley.
because I've done some crazy expressions on this show.
I
Oh my god.
I have it saved.
Yeah.
I gotta find it. I have the one where Big Truck was getting roasted by that random dude. Was it Mac Measy, whatever his
Oh
name
my
is?
god, Matt
Oh, that
Measy,
guy
yeah.
was
Oh
so
my god.
good. What
And the
Hmm.
happened
way
to him?
and the
Yeah.
way he was roasting, I got Jen where she did the pull the hat down laughing.
He was so good, Lily. Oh
I
my.
missed that. That was right before I started coming on. Like I was listening around that time, like
Yeah,
off
he
and
was
on. Yeah.
dragging him. I don't think I was on that day. I think I was watching, you know what I mean, from somewhere, and I was like, yo, this dude is getting dragged. This dude's getting washed.
No, I mean, and then the thing is, you know what makes it 10 times worse? When they like machine gun roasting and it's funny back to back to
Oh
back
my
to
god.
back.
Oh my god.
Yo,
Yeah, that was
I was like, he's not. I
vicious.
was like, Big Truck is not gonna recover from this. I mean, back, and then his voice, and he was like, "This is it." I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was like Big Truck met his match because Big Truck, he's a trash port bro himself. So the guy Mac Measy, he's well traveled as well. So
Mm-hmm.
every time Big Truck was like, "Oh yeah, I've been to Vietnam," and he was like, "What street? What street?" Because I know what's over there. The street, blah blah blah. Blah. And his next, like the way they
And
were
truck was
going back.
stuttering. Truck was
Yeah,
stuttering.
yeah, Big Truck was stuttering because the guy literally he's well traveled. So he was like, "What street in Vietnam? The one on 8th and blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Oh my god, yo, it was
Man, he was catching
bananas."
him. He was
You
catching.
know who I know
But
who I think would be a good roaster? I think Spro would be a good roaster.
Yep.
He
mhm.
Yeah,
would be a good roaster.
we seen a little
A
bit of
little bit of
it.
it.
We
Yeah, a little
seen a
bit of
little
it.
bit
Yeah.
of it.
Hmm.
I was like,
Me
You know
too.
what?
I was like, okay, what
You know what?
happened?
You know what would have been an amazing exchange. She wouldn't have come up here, I don't think, but would have been an amazing exchange. Would have been New Diamond and Big Truck. Jesus fucking Christ!
"Oh my god."
That shit, I just sat back with some
Let me
popcorn on
just
that
finish my chip.
shit.
Right.
I just watched that shit.
Right? I'm gonna play this on
Ooh.
silent, and you guys are just gonna laugh.
And Alicia was good too, but she was too all over the place. What the
Yeah.
hell,
Yeah.
Tristan? What is that? Oh my
She was
god,
a
I'm
diamond in the
scared.
rough. She was a diamond in the rough.
Oh my goodness, she. I did not know she had the Puerto Rican librarian look at one point in time.
I do something
I've seen
different all the
that.
time. Yeah, I do
Yeah, I
something
Yeah.
different
forgot
all the
that.
time.
I forgot that. That was a very nice look.
Thank you. That was on my
Yeah,
She,
Steve Jobs.
I did. I forgot she. I
she's just
forgot she had
unusual.
the. I forgot she had the pretty. She got the pretty light skinned girl forehead. Like all light skinned girls got a big ass forehead.
That's
Pretty
the
light
that's the
skinned
re-
girls got
that's
a big ass forehead.
that's the requirement for being a model. They always make fun of models having big foreheads, and I'm like, that's a requirement. Like big foreheads is a requirement. And if they don't have one, they thread their hairline. They thread it. Hmm.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh man. All right, guys. So guess we out here. Tonight was interesting. Um, it was interesting. Food for thought. Tomorrow, Lily, let them know.
Woo!
Woohoo!
So I see the Queen is in the building, one of our performers from last week. I'm pretty sure we will see you in the building tomorrow, the Queen, because what is it? It is the seventh edition of Block Talent Battle. That is every Saturday here on the Block with Jen, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you're new to the show, Block Talent Battle is a talent show. You do not have to be a professional. You could be an amateur. You could just start yesterday. You haven't started. This could be your first performance. Or you could be Rihanna. Whoever wants to come out and perform for this $100 cash prize, you are more than welcome. The Now what is going to help you get that? The only way you're going to get that $100 cash prize is through the chat. These good people down in the chat, they will be voting for you. So if you or anyone you know is interested in performing, come on out. Tell people to come support you because that is going to up your chances in winning the $100 cash prize. Good luck, the Queen.
Oh,
Yes.
New Diamond. Oh, she says, put them on chains on a field with whips. Black men love that from preferences. Oh, sweet. I'm so sorry. I'm usually the one that tie women up
Yeah,
and put them in chains
yeah.
and bantu knots. So yeah, that's usually my thing.
Yeah. That wouldn't be me. I will not be partaking.
I cannot wait for the random moment when Haram like this. You know what? I met this girl, blah 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 blah, and next thing you know, Haran hooked up with New Diamond on an accident because New Diamond just fell for a black man one day. She just had a moment of weakness, and it's gonna be
Oh,
Haran.
You about
And
to
I
get cussed
oh,
cannot
out.
wait
oh.
to troll that
You
woman.
about to
You
get
about to
New
get cussed
Diamond.
out.
Yeah, New Diamond about to cuss you from here to
You about
Hades.
Watch it. Watch. She says it now. She can say whatever she wants. She's gonna have a moment of weakness, and it's gonna be a black man, and I'm gonna be here for that troll moment.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be
Jesus.
this moment because I think in this moment it ain't gonna be a weak moment. She looked at her, she said, "What the?"
Yeah.
She,
He said,
she said
Tristan
she
trying to
rather
get cut.
pretty much. She's like, I'll
Tristan
take a.
trying to get cut.
She's like, if that ever happened, I'll take a cyanide pill afterwards.
I'll be like this. I'm like, damn, you diamond, you Cynthia G all over, just bashing the black man, but you
All
still taking
right.
that black stuff, huh?
All right. Goodbye, world.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
New Diamond says, shit. All right, guys. Any parting words? If not, then we're out of here. Don't forget, please show up for Block Talent Battle. New
Yeah,
Diamond, come up and sing, mama. It'd be
I
great to
know.
see you singing. Come on up and
Please.
sing. Come on up and sing. And we'll announce our winner tomorrow. We'll have some new talent, hopefully, to show what they got. All right, guys, we out of here. Don't forget to support the show. Cash App on the Block with Jen. If you enjoyed this show and others, that is how you support the block. Okay. All right, guys, are we done? Me and my Puerto Rican forehead are gonna go get something to eat.
Oh, Cynthia G has a black man now. Oh,
She has a man.
she says she has a black man now. He makes beats. I think he was referring to Cynthia G.
Oh yeah, she was never done with black men.
Oh, she was
Okay.
never done with black men. Oh,
No.
hey, look,
Okay.
listen, I can't knock the hustle. I don't. I'm not here to judge.
We all gotta eat. It's inflation.
I'm just here to see if we could collab, baby.
Man, you know what it
I ain't
is.
knocking no hustle. I ain't knocking.
Listen, you
At
need
the
a
end of the
man to
day,
get
Cynthia
dollars.
G is an American black woman. She can say whatever she wants. She's still an American black woman, and she's gonna get some type of relief, and it's gonna be with a black man.
Okay.
Can't blame her.
All right.
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Woo!
Okay. Listen, be here 8 p.m. sharp tomorrow. We start at 8 p.m. sharp. Also, if you're a musician, you got music, and you want us to play your music for our 10-minute intro, hit me up on the block with Jen at Gmail with 10 minutes of your shit, but it's gonna cost you. So if you want to talk business, on the block with Jen at Gmail. If you want to sponsor in any way, a block talent battle, or if you're a
Invest
talent.
in yourself. Invest in yourself. It's a great investment. We got lovely subscribers. We got a huge amount of people who actually listen to the show. It's a wonderful investment for yourself. So definitely actually
Yeah.
get up on that, man.
Yep. And if I like your music, I play it way past the Block Talent Battle on other
Mm-hmm.
days. So for no
Mm-hmm.
charge. So
Mm-hmm.
let's talk some business. And we are out of here, guys. Tristan, what you got?
Um, let's see. I'll do this for the ladies.
Oh my goodness.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
You're going to agree with it. I put money on it.
Okay.
Put me on the big screen, man. I'm like, okay, I gotta tell her. All right,
Stairs and black
you can
spaces.
read that, ladies.
A man saying he got you and a man showing he got you is two different things. Fuck yeah.
I love you all. Class dismissed.
Good night.
Good night, guys. All right, if you're still here for any reason, hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door. Tell people about the block. And don't forget, don't be scared. We'd love to see you on one of our panels with your face, although I'm very appreciative that the chat holds me down. All right, guys, see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. sharp. Be good, and if you can't be good, be careful. Thank you for making this past week amazing. We can't do this without you. And we will close out tomorrow with Block Talent Battle. Good night, guys.